it is. Flying back to Indianapolis June 18th through July 6th at the Old National Center. Get tickets at BroadwayInIndianapolis.com. That's BroadwayInIndianapolis.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Broadway in Indianapolis is very cool.
I know, it's the best.
Yeah, there were still some very, very good tickets for Wicked available.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, and if you've never seen it, it's the movie's fine. Don't get me wrong. The show is better. It's meant for the stage.
All I have to say is talking goat. Wicked has a talking goat in it, and that's something to see.
So there's that.
Yeah. It talks.
And he's not making it up.
It's
totally sober, Matt Bear.
Yeah.
Talking goat. It's good to have you back, Boo-Boo.
Great to be
Speaking of talking goats, Marcus Bailey, Wish TV, I don't even understand myself, Wish TV meteorologist.
Good morning.
What's up, kid?
Happy Tuesday. I had no idea how to even follow that up. Anyway, mostly sunny skies today. Mostly sunny skies, warm, breezy today. It is going to be a bit more muggy this afternoon. You're going to feel that a bit. 87 for your high, but we're dry all day. Tonight, partly cloudy, mild, a low down to 70. Wednesday, partly cloudy, again, humid, warm. I think a lot of your daytime hours are dry. We could have a few isolated storms late in the afternoon. Wednesday's high 85 will ramp up our rain chances very late Wednesday night. That will carry over into Thursday. On and off showers and thunderstorms throughout the day Thursday with highs right around 80.
That's Marcus Bailey, Wish TV meteorologist, not goat. See,
Not
but it was
goat.
weird because you want to be the goat.
I mean,
Do you even care about being the goat?
No.
No? You're just cool
Not
with your life? I'm good.
Sometimes it's better to lay low. You know what I mean? You would know this, Tony, because of how good you are. When you're at the top, then you get the scrutiny and all this other stuff. I just want to be like, put me in the middle somewhere. I'll do my job as best I can, and then I can go home.
Wait, scrutiny? What are you trying to say?
Well, no, I'm just saying people are always going, all eyes are on you. You know, if you're at the top.
What, are you
People
telling
are
me
gonna
that
nitpick,
people are?
you know what I mean?
Are you telling me that people are scrutinizing the work that I do here? Are you telling me that some people don't like what it is that I do
I find
here?
that hard to believe, but maybe. I don't know.
Wow.
You know how people can be.
No, tell me. Why don't you take the time and speak slowly and tell me how people can be?
Well, I mean, people like Phil Sanchez. They just they complain a lot.
You went right to the extreme.
Well, you wanted me to give an example, so.
Right. Remember, you can't spell mid without Phil Sanchez. Can't.
It's so true.
Can't be done. That's Marcus Bailey right there of
See
Wish TV. Marcus, thank you. 60 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:09. I don't know what just happened there. I guess I just hit puberty. Beats me. You go to WIBC.com. I swear to you, the 5 headlines that we have on the top stories, nuts. I'll read them to you. I'll just read them off to you exactly as they're listed. State Senator arrested on OWI charges. That's State Senator Mike Bohachik. I believe that's how I pronounce his name. You heard Kendall and Casey discussing this yesterday. Gray Brothers Cafeteria closing in Mooresville on June 8th. I mean, institution. So much so that I've decided that Matt Bear and I have to take a road trip. And we all have to watch perfectly in shape Matt Bear eat fried chicken until he weeps and possibly wets himself. This is clearly something that must happen. I mean, we don't have much time, so we got to figure this out. Democrat City County Councilor calls on Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogsett to resign. Now, this is not just that communist there who supports Hamas. You wear a keffiyeh, you're doing what you're doing, in my view. This is Andy Nielsen calling for Hogsett's resignation following that third-party investigation that said, oh, the mayor followed all the law regarding the sexual harassment in his office. He allowed it to take place. He rehired the guy who did it, Thomas Carl Cook, who I'm told is now in another city. He has escaped. I people should know what the kind of person he is. That's all. That's all. And the kind of person Joe Hogsett is. So we now have a second person on the council calling for Hogsett's resignation. The communists did first. Now we've got this Democrat. Let's see if any other Democrats have, I don't know, a soul of some kind. Or do they just think it's good politics? Because maybe I don't care at this moment. Communists don't have souls, so they must assume it's good politics. Governor Braun appoints new IU Board of Trustee members. Officially the weirdest thing I've seen. I cannot make heads or tails of it. I received 9,000 calls and texts yesterday as people were taken off the committee or taken off of the board of trustees who were just elected in. I don't know Donna Spears. I don't know Vivian Wilson, who were both removed. Jill Burnett was the problem. As some people noted, you took out the only Jewish member of the board. I don't think that was Braun's thoughts. Like, yep, getting rid of that. And I don't think that was it. But I don't understand it. And the people who are on the board, I don't know, do I specifically have an issue with Jim Bopp or Quinn Buckner staying? I don't know enough to know. Sage Steele is now on the board of trustees. Kyle Siebert, Timothy Morris, Cindy, I can't pronounce your last name, is it Lucchese? And Kathy Langham. Kathy Langham has been a stalwart of the business community in this state for as long as I've been here. Smart as hell. It's Kathy Langham. So I don't know if I'm bothered by that. I just don't understand the move. And then, woman arrested in 2024 death of man at an Indianapolis Planet Fitness. These are the 5 headlines at WIBC.com. Dear Lord, what a morning. And I'm going to get to a bunch of this. Keep it here. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
This is Gary Dick, a convention center expansion at 632, brought to you by the proud members of Indiana Laborers District Council and affiliated local unions who build Indiana. We are LIUNA.
Stop putting screens on your gutters. If the holes are too big, debris gets in and you're still cleaning your gutters. If the holes are too small, it sits on top and you're cleaning the screens. And those screens will need to be replaced. They just don't last. Pat Sullivan here. I have Gutter Helmet on my home and business, and it has no holes, slots, or screens. It keeps the debris out and the water in. Since 1981, Gutter Helmet has been America's #1 choice for gutter protection. And this is a great time of year to call Gutter Helmet of Central Indiana, because right now, Gutter Helmet is offering a 15% discount plus 12 months no interest financing if paid in full within 12 months. Call 800-5HELMET, that's 800-5HELMET, to schedule a free estimate. 15% off is good through the end of June. Restrictions apply and cannot be combined with other offers. Call Gutter Helmet today at 800-5HELMET or go to gutterhelmetindy.com and never clean your gutters again.
The Attorney General's office wants to put your money back in your pocket. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov and search for yourself, your loved ones, or your business. It's fast, easy, and free.
Traffic on the 5, Matt Bear. I just said 5, singular. We only do it once. Matt Bear in the WIBC Traffic Center. What do you got?
All right, we're looking into a shooting investigation. This is 10 south of 38th Street, and Ryan has more on this coming up at 6:30. But in the meantime, please avoid that area. Checking out the interstates right now. They look Good. Westbound 70 coming in from Greenfield, no problem. State Road 9 into 465 on the east side, looking at 12 minutes uninterrupted. And then 5 continuing into the north split right now. No delays in that I-65 construction zone downtown and on the south side. When that changes, I will let you know. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear with Traffic on Defies. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
60 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:16.
You know that feeling of a fresh, clean home? Well, summer's finally here, and it's time to take advantage of Zero Res's best deal of the summer. This month, get 3 rooms of carpet cleaning starting at just $129. Take $75 off air duct cleaning too when you mention WIBC. Hi, this is Denny Smith, and Zero Res can handle every surface in your home and business. The carpets, tile and grout, hardwood, laminate, stone, upholstery, rugs, air ducts. Now think about everything left behind on and in your floors. Dirt, dust, allergens, pet dander. It's time to get Zero Resified. Zero Res uses their platinum-rated cleaning system that safely and effectively removes all the deeply embedded nasty dirt, dander, and bacteria. Better yet, it's safe for people, pets, and the planet. Zero Res cleans with no soap, no residue, no harsh chemicals, and gives you fresher carpets and cleaner air for your family. So don't wait. Just call and book the Zero Res Pros today. 317-388-5141. Online at ZeroResIndy.com.
It's your captain speaking. To the passenger with the Mirror Fast soft shoes, smart move.
No way am I letting travel constipation ruin this trip.
Can't blame you. Mirror Fast works fast, but without the harsh side effects.
Since I'm such a smart traveler, can I move to first class?
No. Close the curtain, Carol.
From the makers of Miralax, new Mirafast soft chews work naturally with your body in as little as 30 minutes to give you a comfortable go on the go. Find Mirafast today at your local retailer. Use as directed for occasional constipation. Contains magnesium hydroxide.
No one wants to leave behind stress for their family. That's why a trust or a will is so important. Without one, your assets might go to the wrong people or leave out loved ones. Also, probate is long, expensive, and often avoidable with a revocable trust. Trustandwill.com makes it simple to create a personalized estate plan. A trust or will provides clarity and peace of mind. Get 20% off on your estate plan documents by visiting trustandwill.com/radio.
Why do so many basement companies want half the money up front? Could it be because it's easier to get than earning all your trust? At the Michaelis Corporation, they don't ask for a deposit until the job is done and you're completely satisfied. They even start with a free inspection to ensure you know exactly what your home needs without the guesswork. With over 35 years experience, they've proven that trust is built on results, not deposits. Michaelis, building trust beneath your feet. Visit michaeliscorp.com.
Hi, this is Denny Smith for LD Smith Plumbing. Joining me now is really the head of the whole company. Lance thinks he's the boss, but it's really not. It's Jennifer. You're the proud mother of LD Smith Plumbing, whether you want the job or not. How much fun is it to see those 5-star reviews?
It is the best. We love to review those with the guys. To see their smiling faces and know that we have done such a good job in the field is just priceless. My goal is always to make their day a little bit easier. For any plumbing issue, it's ldsmithplumbing.com.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Iran is looking to reject the nuclear deal offer from the United States. Shocked that Iran is going to reject. Shocked that Russia doesn't want a peace deal. Just stunned by all these things. Said no one ever. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. The proposal from the U.S. would have Tehran end its nuclear program, get rid of their enriched uranium. This is not their plan. Now, we must start with going back to the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, the Iran nuclear deal. and what an absolutely horrific idea this was, what an absolutely horrific deal this was. Full effect of a treaty, but it wasn't a treaty because it could not have gotten through the Senate. And how this allowed the Iranians to continue down this road. And the purpose of this is a nuclear weapon. And if you give Iran a nuclear weapon, you're out of your mind. But there are many people who want to tell you that they're not going to be bothered by this. Somehow that should be allowed. Only Israel has been instrumental. I shouldn't say Israel's done it solely alone. There's no question that the U.S. has known the vast majority of times Israel's gone on either some level of physical attack in taking out some of these areas and in limiting their nuclear capability. Things they didn't know would involve Stuxnet and viruses that were planted in Iranian computer systems. But Israel has been the tip of the spear in keeping Iran from being able to have this technology. So now, okay, Iran says no. You tried. That's all there is. All there is you tried. There's nothing else to discuss in this. The question is, what do you do next? Iran allegedly will accept some restrictions on enrichment. That's not going to be enough. And if you say we don't get to decide what another country does, a country that supports terrorists that are hell-bent on killing Americans, if you go to the front page of the New York Post today, you'll see Tom Homan, the border czar, saying it's coming. Convinced that the U.S. will suffer a major terrorist attack as a result of Joe Biden's immigration and border policies. Do we question whether or not Joe Biden and his regime of fools allowed bad actors in who want to do bad things to us? Do we somehow deny that this is happened? Because we'd be out of our minds if we were denied to deny this. Tom Homan, in his own words.
Go out to the victims here, but do you not agree that if we don't find these people soon, that we are at risk of a 9/11 or worse?
It's coming. I mean, why did 2 million illegal aliens pay more to get away? They could have paid half of what they paid, cross the border, turn yourselves into a border patrol agent, get released that same day, get a free airline ticket to the city of their choice, get a free hotel room, get 3 meals a day, plus free medical care and work authorization. 2 million people paid more to get away. They didn't want to be vetted. They didn't want to be fingerprinted. Why? This scares the hell out of me. I've been doing this for 40 years. It should have scared the hell out of every American what the Biden administration did.
So, I don't think anybody denies that bad actors exist, that they're out there, that we don't know where they are. And when it happens, you'll hear the leftist press say, look what Trump did. Look how unsafe we are. These things don't exist in a vacuum. These people exist under a rock, but these things don't exist in a vacuum. Meanwhile, the number of those injured in this terrorist attack in Colorado is now at 12. And more people discussing what it is that took place. This guy, this terrorist, Egyptian national, said that he was planning this attack for over a year on Jews, on anybody who was supporting Israel, on the people he saw as the problem, the Zionists. Full disclosure, I'm a Zionist. Apologize for nothing. And we have people out there who still want to say, yeah, but. There's no yeah, but. I said it very clearly yesterday. I'm happy to see that the clips themselves have had a little bit of viral to them in getting this message out. If you don't understand that you're under attack, you're too stupid to be alive, and soon you won't be, because these people are coming to kill you. There's just no way around this. Now, this should bring me to a conversation of Because when I discuss buy guns, buy ammo, and get trained, right? Well, Tony, it doesn't mean that because you're armed that, bad things won't happen. That is absolutely true. 1,000% true. Bad things can still happen. But I will discuss on Tony Katz today at noon what it means to be able to have the opportunity to protect and defend oneself. And the key there is opportunity. I will get into that at noon. I've so much more to get to. Guys, a full day right here. But Matt Baer's back, so celebrate in his glory. Are we going to go to Gray's Cafeteria and have one of their last meals?
I would love to go to Gray's Cafeteria, have a last meal before I'm cooked in the chair.
Yes.
Thought that's what you meant. Northbound 65 south side stop and go traffic. Raymond Street into the south split. That is a construction zone. The left 2 lanes are... Actually, it's just a left lane, but there's a left shoulder. And it's all closed is what I'm saying. And we're just kind of trickling up on the northbound side in those right 2 lanes. It's... Again, stop and go from Raymond Street into the south split. And these lane restrictions are going on until the end of next year. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, B Window is extending their employee discount to you. Get 55% off all products and services, plus 18 months, no interest or payments. Trust local, trust employee owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, this is Rob.
And this is Casey.
Did we finally get an answer on DUI Gate?
Join us Tuesday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
If this is the year to build your custom dream home, Joyner Homes is ready to help make your dream come true. They offer the flexibility to build on your own lot, allowing you to build a home in the place you've always envisioned. A dedicated in-house team of experts will guide you through every step, offering unmatched personalization and flexibility. Joyner Homes provides clear and upfront pricing and floor plans to inspire you. There's no time like the present to get in touch with Joyner Homes to talk about your vision and learn more about their building process. Visit JoynerHomes.com.
At Hendricks, our cancer care
is in the details.
When you are with us, and you have our time and you have our energy.
We have a wonderful team of highly trained oncologists, physical therapists, speech pathologists, dietitians.
Always making sure that the patient is the center of the care.
We have excellent nurse navigation that are skilled at identifying barriers to treatment, as well as expertise from Mayo Clinic.
It is more personal care than just a number.
Visit hendricks.org/cancer.
As a caregiver, managing your loved one's health can at times be overwhelming. This is Tina McIntosh, president of Joy's House and co-host of the Caregiver Crossing radio program. In a moment, I'll share 3 tips to help you manage your loved one's medical care effectively.
Cardon and Associates offers the finest senior living options tailored to your loved one's needs. Reservations are now being accepted for new apartments at Copper Trace in Westfield. Visit cardon.com.
Tip number 1, keep a list of all medications, dosages, and schedules to ensure your loved one is taking their medication correctly. Second, attend doctor's appointments with your loved one when you're able. And finally, stay organized by keeping forms, notes, and other important documents in one secure place. More tips like this are available anytime at caregivercrossingradio.org. With new weekly content created by Joy's House and distributed in partnership with Network Indiana, we're an on-air and online support group for Hoosier family caregivers. Hear conversations with experts, access a library of online education, and more at caregivercrossingradio.org.
Trust employee owned. B Windows extending our employee discount to you, up to 55% off, plus 18 months, no interest, no payments. Trust your home to B.
Hammer and Nigel Show. Join us this Thursday from Caesars Sportsbook at Horseshoe Casino in Shelbyville. But this afternoon, we're talking crime, we're talking punishment, we're talking legal stuff. We'll talk at 3.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A woman is killed in a shooting. You have a clear radar. It's 61 degrees in downtown Indianapolis, going up to 89 today. I'm Ryan Hedrick, and here's what's trending at 6:30. Indianapolis police say they received reports of shots fired at the historic Dorchester Apartments along Pennsylvania Street near 38th and Meridian about 4 o'clock this morning.
We do believe at this point this could have been domestic related. However, we're still interviewing witnesses and so forth. We have not taken a suspect into custody. Our Marion County Crime Lab, they are here.
That's IMPD Sergeant William Young.
My heart goes out to this particular family. Obviously, there are some of those folks that are here on scene. And so our chaplain's office, they've arrived, as well as our victims assistance unit, they've arrived.
And the woman died at the scene. Police are still looking into this. There is a large police presence in that area. An Egyptian man living in the country illegally has been accused of attacking and injuring at least 12 pro-Israel protesters in Boulder, Colorado Sunday.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio out with a new statement on social media. He says in light of the horrific attack, all terrorists, their family members, and terrorist sympathizers here on a visa should know that under the Trump administration, we will find you, revoke your visa, and deport you.
And that's Fox's David Spunt reporting. The key to healthy aging among women could be coffee.
Coffee has been found to help women stay healthy as they age. That's according to new research from Harvard University, which followed a group of nearly 50,000 women from the Nurses' Health Study for a 30-year period. The research found that drinking an average of 315 milligrams of caffeine daily from coffee every morning could help women stay mentally sharp and physically strong later in life. Healthy aging meant surviving to older age without major chronic diseases and with good physical, mental, and cognitive function. The American Society of Nutrition says decaf coffee and tea did not have the same effect. Tom Rigotti, Fox News.
And I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. You have traffic, weather, and sports together in 3 minutes. It's 6:32.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Gary Dick. After years of planning, city and tourism officials will today break ground on a nearly $52 million convention center expansion in Bloomington. The new building, which will connect to the current Monroe County Convention Center via Skybridge, will add about 60,000 square feet of meeting space. Mike McAfee is executive director for Visit Bloomington.
So it's going to allow us to go from serving groups of 200 to 250 with the experience they want to have to groups of 500 or 600.
Look for business, political, and sports officials in Indianapolis to make a big announcement this morning. IBJ reporter Mickey Shuey says Indy has won its bid for the 2028 U.S. Olympic swim trials, which will determine teams for the 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles. When Indy hosted the trials last year at Lucas Oil Stadium, the economic impact was pegged at more than $100 million. Indiana Governor Mike Braun has announced 4 appointments to Indiana University's Board of Trustees, including conservative attorney Jim Bopp and sportscaster Sage Steele. From the state's #1 source for Indiana business news, you're listening to Inside Indiana Business Radio.
We build Indiana. The Laborers International Union of North America are men and women building roads and bridges to get Hoosiers where they're going today and a new energy infrastructure that will keep Indiana competitive tomorrow. LIUNA's over 12,000 statewide members also grow local economies, earning good union wages, shopping where they live and work, and paying taxes. We build Indiana for good jobs and stronger communities. The Laborers International Union of North America. We are LIUNA.
Northwest Indiana is on the move, and the next big conversation is happening in Valparaiso. Join business and community leaders at Innovate Northwest Indiana, a powerful afternoon of ideas, innovation, and insight. We're talking talent, technology, and transformation, and what's next for the region. Join us at Valparaiso University July 9, part of the Innovate Indiana series presented by Indiana University and Old National Bank. RSVP now at ibj.com/innovate. A Purdue-affiliated company that is developing what it describes as an improved process to store drugs, such as vaccines and antibiotics, for long periods of time, has received a grant of more than $300,000 from the National Science Foundation. LioWave plans to use the Phase 1 Small Business Innovation Research Grant toward efforts to scale up its microwave technology for commercial use. AES Indiana is seeking bids to build one or more combined cycle gas turbine units, planned to be operational between 2030 and 2032. That according to a request for proposal filed by the utility. The Indiana Department of Natural Resources has cut the ribbon on the latest segment of the Monon South Trail in southern Indiana. The 3.3-mile segment is located in the Washington County town of Salem and extends the length of the trail open to the public to more than 12 miles. This is Gary Dick for 93 WIBC.
All right, Gary, slowing down on northbound 65 Keystone Avenue up to the south split. That is a construction zone. And if you can, please avoid Penn south of 38th Street. Shooting investigation happening there. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, B Window is extending their employee discount to you. Get 55% off all products and services, plus 18 months. No interest or payments. Trust local, trust employee owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
60 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:36. We check on sports with Ryan Hedrick.
Tony, good morning. The Indiana Pacers hit the court this morning prepping for Game 1 of the NBA Finals against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Forward Pascal Siakam calls this matchup an incredible challenge.
They're the best team in the NBA, so I think that, that's the challenge. And I was telling the guys, for me, I got there when I was in year 3, and I thought I would get back there a lot. It's a hell of an opportunity, and you don't know when you're going to get it again.
Games 1 and 2 will be played in OKC. Game 1 tipping off Thursday at 8:30. The Indiana Fever haven't won a game since they announced that guard Caitlin Clark would be out for a while with the thigh injury. Head coach Stephanie White talked about what the team needs to do to snap a 3-game losing streak.
I think any time that you're hit with adversity, it gives you an opportunity to grow through it. I'd rather be hit with this now in May, allow us to grow through it from not just an execution standpoint, but a toughness standpoint.
And the Fever play Washington tonight at 7. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go and at WIBC.com.
Looking out on the morning rain.
There's some songs that just make me stop and take it in for a second. Live streaming as we are on the Twitter, 93 WIBC, and on the YouTubes as well. So you want to check that out. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Turn it up. Nicely done. Speaking of feeling like a natural woman, so many ways you can go from that. Michael Cohen wants a pardon from President Trump. Well, you know what? I feel good about that one. I'm gonna keep that. I'm not going to apologize for anything right there. Michael Cohen, the fixer for Trump before he was president, the guy who ratted on everybody, the guy who went to jail for his tax and campaign violations. He did this. I mean, all you had to do was hear from Michael Cohen for like 3 seconds. You're like, oh yeah, this is a guy who's gonna rat. It didn't even take a second. You knew he was gonna be a rat from the very moment you heard him. And if Trump didn't know that, well then shame on him. He wants a pardon. And he wrote an op-ed with 4 other felons. Former Congressman Jesse Jackson Jr., Michael Rothenberg, who was a venture capitalist, a cardiologist by the name of Michael Jones, and Warren Ballantine, who's a radio host. Do you know who Warren Ballantine is, Producer Carl?
No.
Me either. So these guys claim they were unfairly denied pardons by President Biden and urged President Trump to take a second look at their cases. Each of us respectfully requested of President Trump now, for ourselves and for all those Americans who will need mercy and forgiveness in the future. Okay. I got nothing. I have absolutely nothing that I could possibly add to this. Maybe I don't understand the level of push that people put into asking for a pardon. And I guess once you think about it, people who are connected to other people, the pressure must be often, always coming up. But putting out an op-ed, I don't know. That to me seems new. Michael Cohen getting a pardon, I don't see it. But man, weirder things have happened. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Join WIBC this Saturday for the Home and Garden Show live from 9 to 1 at Sullivan Hardware at 71st and Keystone for the Remembering Rita Barbecue from 10 to 2, honoring Rita Sullivan and benefiting the Alzheimer's Association. Good food, good company, and a chance to make a difference.
Matt Bear here for Trajan Wealth. It's Trajan Wealth. Warm weather gets us thinking about summer vacation. It makes me dream about the permanent summer vacation I'll take when I retire. Can Trajan Wealth help me with that? The fiduciary advisors at Trajan Wealth can help make those dreams a reality. Trajan Wealth gets to you, then designs a financial portfolio that's dedicated to your goals and timeline. Call to schedule your first appointment. It's free, 317-480-4040, or visit TrajanWealth.com. Trajan is family-owned and veteran-led with Hoosier values like loyalty and smart money management at their foundation. They design wealth management that protects and grows your investments. Call today and learn more about these strategies at 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com. That's Trajan Wealth. Remember, your first appointment is on them. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, and SEC registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
When you golf in Missouri, the courses are so close, you'll spend more time on the fairway than the freeway. After the back nine, enjoy world-class dining and distilleries, shops, spas, museums, and more. Find your new golf MO at visitmo.com.
Comcast Business is celebrating Small Business Month by giving you a $1,000 small business bonus when you switch to a qualifying gig speed package from the company with over 99.99% network reliability. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 1, company merch for staff. Styling. Or possibility number 24, the latest software. Upgrade. Or possibility number 192, new equipment powered by gig speeds. Or possibility number 555, a 3D printer. Rapid prototyping, anyone? Switch to Comcast Business for over 99.99% network reliability, advanced cybersecurity, and now get started with a $1,000 small business bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
In 6/22/25, new customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
Here's a harsh fact. 40% of women and nearly 20% of men suffer from varicose or spider veins. Left untreated, these veins can cause tired, heavy legs, swelling, burning, cramping, aching, even restless leg syndrome. In some cases, it can lead to serious health risks like blood clots. USA Vein Clinics offers minimally invasive treatments that take as little as 15 minutes, covered by most insurances. Call 317-516-6861 and schedule your appointment today. Don't wait. 317-516-6861 for free information today. Imagine walking, exercising, and sleeping peacefully again. Varicose and spider veins won't go away on their own. USA Vein Clinics can help. Call 317-516-6861 for fast, easy, affordable solutions. USA Vein Clinics treatments are covered by most insurance plans. Don't put this off any longer. Call 317-516-6861.
Garage door problems? Call today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis services all makes of garage doors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call today for service today. 875-4577. Call today for service today. Get it fixed right now. Call Garage Doors of Indianapolis at 875-4577 or visit doorstoday.com.
In the morning, call 875-4577.
Service today?
Today. At Price Point Comfort, we promise you'll never be sold something you don't need. Call us at 317-455-1124 or see us at PricePointComfort.com.
Price Point Comfort is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air dealer.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Bear, what are you doing?
Looking at northbound 65 south side, stop-and-go traffic through the construction from 465 up to Keystone Avenue. Continue to be slow into the south split. It's construction zone that's lasting until the end of next year. A reminder that exit ramp from northbound 65 to Keystone Avenue is shut down. That's going to reopen sometime in August. Okay, they're rebuilding that ramp. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, B Window is extending their employee discount to you. Get 55% off all products and services, plus 18 months, no interest or payments. Trust a local, trust employee owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
60 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:46.
Oh, I could hide neath the wings of the bluebird.
So I was talking about some of the stories at WIBC.com. It's just, I mean, the headlines today are insane, and this was one of them. This woman arrested for the death of a man at an Indianapolis Planet Fitness. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Story is nuts. Why is it nuts? Here's the opening sentence. A woman was arrested for the overdose of a man whose body was found in a Planet Fitness tanning bed 3 days after he died in 2024. Oh, that's gross. That's horrifying. That is Gene Hackman's story, which I'm almost glad that story went off the front pages, because the death of Gene Hackman, the actor, and what happened, and the death of his wife before him, and the dementia, and clearly didn't know. It's so horrific, so horrifying. I admit I've thought about it quite a few times. Just like that's the alone part. That level of confusion. That's I have a hard time with that one. A 41-year-old named Heather Bradford was arrested for the overdose death of 39-year-old Derek Sink. The Marion County coroner ruled the cause of death to be a narcotics overdose. This woman was arrested over the weekend for dealing in controlled substances, resulting in death, narcotics possession, and 2 active Morgan County warrants. This story is crazy. Give it a read over at WIBC.com. This one, not crazy. This is what happens when you're just a dope. This is Greta Thunberg, who, of course, was the child who the world put in front of us to say, we are destroying the planet. And this child was allowed to go to events and sail around the world and scream at people, how dare you? Shut up, kid. But the kid was a kid at the time and never said, shut up, kid. And I said, oh, bless your heart. And now, as an adult, has decided to take on the cause of terrorists and is all supportive of Hamas. She'll say the Palestinians, but we all know better. We see right through that facade. She is now sailing to Gaza on a humanitarian ship. She's 22 and all sorts of bitter. She's 22, but has the bitterness of a 44-year-old. She's going from Sicily to Gaza. First of all, how'd she get to Sicily? How'd she afford to get to Sicily? My goodness, being a leftist freak child pays great. Isn't that right, Bernie Sanders? I have 3 houses. I like mittens. I don't know what she's going to do. She's going to allow herself to be utilized as a useful idiot by terrorists who, if she lived in Gaza, would rape and kill her? Or rape her and then rape her again, probably rape her a fifth, sixth. I can't count as high as the amount of times they would rape that girl. If only because they've done it before. And she's fighting for a free Palestine. If she could show me Palestine on a map, that'd be kind of great. These people don't stop and don't rest and don't quit, and they are really hell-bent on the destruction of Western civilization, which is why it's important for us to, A, know who they are, and then, B, stop them. These people can't be allowed to be in control, whether it be overseas, whether it be right here in Indianapolis, name the place. These people cannot be allowed to have any level of power. Greta Thunberg is a stupid little girl. I don't care if people are insulted. You tell me that's sexist. I don't care. It means nothing. Your problems are yours. I don't want to hear it. There are people. I spent a career saying I don't like to use the words dumb and stupid because they end conversation. But we're at the end of the conversation. I tried repeatedly. I tried with everything in me to engage rationally, to engage in a common sense way, to get people to understand that what they were doing was actually damaging for society as a whole, never mind themselves. That not only were they on the wrong side of history, as the cliche would go, they were on the wrong side of humanity, simply on the wrong side. If you support the terrorists of Hamas and their supporters, the quote-unquote Palestinians, over a peaceful Middle East like you see Israel wanting, you're just wrong. And there comes a moment that you're wrong because, A, you ideologically, you are admitting you want dead Jews and a destroyed Western civilization, or you're a useful idiot. So I just shortened that to stupid. And sure, it's not the way people should want to talk to one another, but it is. Greta Thunberg doesn't deserve respect. She's dumb and likes being used and is, I would assume, at this stage of the game, the desire for attention is so great and so massive with her. She grew up with it. She was always told everything she does is wonderful, but things kind of moved away from her, so she moved to where the camera was. That's all we're seeing here. If we can't honestly address the situation with the terminology that requires the moment, well, then we're not doing ourselves any good. So she's stupid. And if you ask me, do I ever think any men are stupid or guys are stupid? Oh gosh, yes, absolutely. I do, but I don't have time to go through the entire MSNBC lineup. This isn't about her being a woman. She just happens to be a stupid woman. There are stupid men. There are men who are liars, like Richard Blumenthal, who lied about his Vietnam service, right? There's lots of those. So let's not make this a sexist thing. Oh, David Hogg. Some people in the chat room bringing up David Hogg. Right. David Hogg is not as stupid, but David Hogg is absolutely a gross opportunist. And what David Hogg believes in, what he values, what he supports, like Jasmine Crockett, like the inability to protect and defend yourself with a firearm, these things will lead to your destruction. Because they do. And rational people know this. Which brings about this really kind of fascinating study, Nate Silver discussing why young men are opposed to the Democratic Party. It is something else, but it's nothing we haven't discussed. It's just he worded it in a very, very succinct way. I will go over that in a little bit. Keep it here. Right now, Matt Bear has traffic.
Yeah, Tony, looking at northbound 65 stop-and-go traffic from South Keystone Avenue up to the South Split because of construction. Now the slowdown begins before the 465 interchange on northbound 65, like right around Thompson Road. So the delay is there, including westbound 465, as people try to avoid that northbound 65 delay. Westbound 465 now stop and go on the south side from the I-65 over to US 31. Now, please avoid Penn south of 38th Street. This is because of a shooting investigation. Ryan will have more on that coming up in a few minutes from the WIBC newsroom. Westbound 70 slow into the north, split over the flyover ramp after Rural Street out to Meridian Penn, and southbound 465 stop-and-go traffic before Rockville Road west side. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, B Window is extending their employee discount to you. Months get 55% off all products and services, plus 18 months no interest or payments. Trust local, trust employee-owned, trust your home to bwindow.com. Matt Bear, WIBC Traffic.
Hammer and Nigel here for Window Nation. Prepare for the summer heat with energy-efficient windows from Window Nation. Window Nation windows are built to keep your house cool during the hot summer days, and Window Nation has some of the best energy-efficient windows on the market. Their windows frequently outperform and outlast some of the more expensive guys. Window Nation windows are assembled right here in America. Check out this deal. Right now, when you buy 4 windows, you'll get 4 for free. For 2 years, you won't have to worry about a down payment, interest, or monthly payments. That's right, you don't pay anything until 2027. And if that's not enough, get a free entry door when you buy a house of windows. But you have to mention Hammer and Nigel sent you. You don't get the deal without saying Hammer and Nigel sent you. 866-90-NATION. Schedule a fast, free estimate right now with Window Nation or visit windownation.com.
This summer, your hair deserves to shine as bright as the sun. Hey, y'all, it's Mindy Winkler from 97.1 Hank FM. We Grow Hair Indy wants to help keep your hair as strong and healthy as ever. UV rays, chlorine, salt water, and heat styling for frizz control can seriously hurt your hair at the root. So let's refresh it at We Grow Hair Indy. I love going out on our pontoon, swimming in our chlorinated pool, but I used to be really bad at not wearing a hat or rinsing my hair with fresh water soon after, all of which were impacting my hair and scalp. I can't even tell you how many times I used to burn my scalp when on vacation, which luckily didn't completely damage my follicles. Plus, my hair frizzes so easily, I have to make sure to apply a heating protecting product before I use my flat iron. Treatments like laser hair therapy and PRP can help restore your sun-damaged hair. So let's make this your best hair season yet. Set up your free consultation with We Grow Hair Indy at 317-522-2995. That's 317-522-2995. Or visit their website, WeGrowHairIndy.com.
Hi, Jeff Roush for Tom Roush Lincoln. Right now, get Lincoln's employee pricing on most all new Lincolns at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers. Get up to $20,000 off select 2024 Navigators, up to $8,000 off select 2024 Nautilus, or up to $7,000 off select 2024 Corsair at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
Navigator MSRP 105,575, Nautilus MSRP 61,995, Corsair MSRP 47,820. Offers going on now. Navigators excluded from employee pricing. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Hi, this is Chris Cox, owner of Chimney Solutions Indiana. We're celebrating our 10th year in business. Call this month to take advantage of 10% off all chimney sweeps and inspections. We're also celebrating the opening of our new fireplace showroom on 86th Street and Lafayette Road. Come and experience our exclusive lines of wood-burning and gas fireplaces.
Call 317-757-6979 or chimneyindy.com. Pat Sullivan here with exciting news from my friends at Hope Plumbing, now known as Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Hope now offers plumbing, heating, and air conditioning services, bringing total comfort to your home. No more dealing with multiple home service memberships. For only $8 a month, Hope is now your one-stop for safety and maintenance inspections and so much more. Make sure you're prepared for those Indiana summer heat waves with an AC tune-up by calling Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling today at 641-HOPE.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recyclers Studios, a shooting that police say was probably domestic related leaves a woman dead. A state senator arrested, and the Indiana Pacers get back to work in preparation for the NBA Finals. Those stories and more after Fox News. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1, Indianapolis. It is 7 o'clock.
He says he'd do it again. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. The man accused in Sunday's Boulder, Colorado attack. Here's acting U.S. Attorney Bishop Gruhl.
Mr. Solomon stated that he had been planning this attack for a year. And he acted because he hated what he called the Zionist group.
Accused of using a flamethrower and Molotov cocktails on a peaceful demonstration calling for Hamas to release more hostages in Gaza.
45-year-old Mohammed Sabri Solomon is charged with a federal hate crime and multiple state charges, including 16 counts of attempted first-degree murder. Investigators say they found 4 more victims, bringing the total number of people hurt to 12. They say Solomon had more than a dozen unused Molotov cocktails. DHS say Solomon, an Egyptian national, was in the country illegally.
Fox's Madeline Rivera. 2 of the 12 injured remain hospitalized as the Trump administration cracks down on pro-Palestinian protests leading to anti-Semitism on college campuses from Columbia to Harvard. Texas's Republican legislature has approved a bill letting the state have more control over university curriculum,
which they feel has been promoting liberal ideology. The Texas law patterned after those previously passed in Florida and Ohio. Some academics are pushing back, arguing the new laws impinge on academic freedom.
Fox's Gary Baumgarten. 3 Israeli soldiers are dead battling Hamas in Gaza, where there was another attack near a food distribution site for a 3rd day in a row. This one left at least 27 people dead. Palestinian officials again blame Israeli forces. Israel counters its military fired near a few suspects who left the designated route, approached soldiers and ignored warning shots. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu will finally be questioned by prosecutors at his trial.
The allegations include doing favors for a media mogul in exchange for positive coverage. Prosecutors say they'll need at least 100 sessions with the Prime Minister to complete their cross-examination. It means this drawn-out trial is likely to go on for another year or more.
Jonathan Savage, America's listening to Fox.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Police say the shooting started as a domestic situation. You have a clear radar and it's 61 degrees on Monument Circle. We're going up to 89 today. I'm Ryan Hedrick for Window Nation, and here's what's trending at 7:02.
Our chaplain's office, they've arrived, as well as our victims assistance unit, they've arrived. Our agency tries to work extremely hard with our domestic violence advocates.
That's IMPD Sergeant William Young on the scene of a shooting this morning that left a woman dead.
Some of them are here on scene as well, too. And so, again, we're trying to do everything that we can to piece exactly what occurred and take this individual into custody.
Indianapolis police say they received reports of shots fired at the historic Dorchester Apartments along Pennsylvania Street near 38th and Meridian about 4 o'clock this morning. There, they found 2 people shot. And again, the woman died. They're looking for the person that shot her. In Hamilton County,
there's no winners in a case like this.
That's Ravi Murray. His nephew, Mason Alexander, once a promising football star, killed in a car crash last year in Fishers. The person who was driving that car is charged in his death.
They have their child or young adult that is potentially facing prison time. But we also have Mason that received a sentence of eternity.
On Monday, a Hamilton County judge set bond for Trey Williams, formerly charged with reckless homicide, at $50,000. OWI charges for a member of the Indiana General Assembly. Chris Davis on top of that story.
State Senator Michael Bohacek was arrested in Michigan City, say court documents. The arrest happened when an officer pulled Bohacek over for speeding, then noticed his balance was off and his speech was slow. According to the officer, Bohacek was administered a test for his blood alcohol level, and that was decisive, a .283, which is more than 3 times the legal limit. One of the charges against Bohacek is OWI greater than .15. Both are misdemeanors. Chris Davis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And Bohacek's arrest came on January 24th. Both the Indiana Pacers and the Oklahoma City Thunder are prepping for the NBA Finals. Tyrese Halliburton says having Pascal Siakam as a teammate has done wonders for his growth.
You know, it's just really special that he's been here. He's been like a big brother for me, somebody that I can really trust, somebody that I can really lean on to talk to. and just somebody who can always keep me steady.
NBA Finals Game 1, Thursday at 8:30. The people who run Gray Brothers Cafeteria in Morrisville say they have to make a really tough decision. John Herrick explains.
That cafeteria has been open since 1944, but its last day before closing for good will be June 8th. In a post on social media Monday, management said it's no longer financially feasible to keep the cafeteria open between all sorts of things like inflation, the cost of ingredients, and lots of changes in the industry's landscape. They did say they're grateful for the support of their customers and their loyalty throughout the past 80 years. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go and at WIBC.com at 7:05. Traffic on the 5s. Good morning, Matt Bear.
What's happening, Ryan? Looking at the south side, northbound 65, slow traffic after Southport Road on up to Raymond Street because of road construction. We have rerouting happening. People not wanting to enter that construction zone, so they take westbound 465 off I-65, and that's stop-and-go traffic over US 31. On the west side, southbound 465 grinds right around Rockville Road. On the north side, eastbound 465 slow from Ditch into the Meridian 31 ramps, and we have police activity, a shooting investigation happening. Penn south of 38th. Please avoid if you can. Traffic sponsored by Payday, packed with peanuts and filled with golden caramel. Payday is one hard-working candy bar, so grab one down to power you through the day. Payday peanut butter caramel. Get to it. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Marcus Bailey, Wish TV meteorologist. What do we know?
Hey, Tony. Good morning on this Tuesday. It's going to be a very warm, quiet, but humid day today. We'll top out with a high of 87 under mostly sunny skies. A little breezy at times as well. Tonight, partly cloudy, mild. It's going to be a bit more humid and uncomfortable. Low down to 70. Wednesday, mostly sunny to partly cloudy as we head into the afternoon hours. I think a lot of the daytime hours are going to be dry. There could be a few spotty showers and storms as early as late afternoon. Better rain chances will arrive Wednesday night. Wednesday's high around 85. Thursday does look wet for much of the day, on and off showers and thunderstorms. Thursday's high around 80.
That's Marcus Bailey right there of Wish TV. We appreciate you, Marcus, as always. Right now, we've got 60 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:07. State senator arrested on OWI charges. Oh, okay. Well, that happened. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. This was the story you heard Rob Kendall and Casey Daniels talking about yesterday on Kendall and Casey, 9 to noon. Mike Boacek, arrested on OWI charges on January 24th and formally charged on May 15th. And you're asking yourself, hey, what's with the gap there in the time? Well, I think this is part of the conversation, that if you are a member of the General Assembly, you can't actually be charged while in session. Is that right? Is that the argument, that while the session is going on, if you're a member of the General Assembly, you can't be charged? Is the same true for murder? Just curious. And do you have to be a part of the session? See, if he had murdered somebody because he was drunk while driving, would you still have had to have waited until the session was over? Now, does he have to, let's say the session is happening, does he have to be a part of it? Could he have, let's say, fled to name the foreign country with an extradition issue, but still he was in session? I don't know. I'm only asking a series of questions meant to kind of elucidate that this is weird. Because you and me, we'd get arrested. Documents discussed that the officer and the witness observed slow speech, balance being poor, and that he stumbled in the Panda Express parking lot. Well, honestly, in defense, who hasn't? Usually afterwards, when you say, I can't believe I ate Panda Express. Hold on, wait. Panda Express isn't a sponsor? Well, why not? I've said so many nice things about them. His blood alcohol level was 0.283. Now, I'm not an expert. Let me go to my blood alcohol expert, Matt Baer, in the WIBC Traffic Center. I have no idea if he's even there right now. Matt, the guy, 0.08 is the legal limit.
That is correct.
He blew a 0.283.
Was it a 0.28? Yeah, 0.283. Yeah, that's really, really drunk.
So that's the Latin term for it, right? That's the technical term. Really, really drunk.
0.28. I don't know how you're standing. That's kind of where I was at. So
I think that's why he was stumbling in the Panda Express parking lot.
Yeah, it was. Oh boy, 0.28. You're getting to the point where you're not going to be able to survive if you're that high, especially on a regular basis. So yeah, stumbling, standing. I don't know how you do any of it other than just being unconscious.
I do want to say for the record that neither Matt Baer nor I are doctors, and no one should listen to us for any medical advice whatsoever. Thank you. Thank you very much. Just wanted to get that. The boys in the lab and in the legal offices want us to make sure we were clear about this. I think there's this big conversation about why weren't they arrested on the spot, or why weren't they charged on the spot? What kind of immunity do these people get? Yes, this guy's a Republican. I don't care. What is this? And why would these things be delayed? What is the purpose of that delay? There's a series of questions here. And hopefully we'll get some answers, but we're not people who get answers. By the way, why is Diego Morales doing official work for the state of Indiana and Hungary? He was there in his personal time. That's what his ridiculous office wants to say. An office of children at this stage of the game. I don't know what to... I don't want to insult, but dear God, we can't get an answer. You want this, guys. You want to do it. We didn't start this way with Hogsett's office. We invited him on the show. We wanted answers. They didn't give us anything. And the Thomas Carl Cook, the guy involved in all the sexual impropriety, all he would do is troll on social media. So it became this. You guys were given the opportunity. Kendall brought you questions. I've asked the questions. I've invited Diego on for an hour. An hour to sit down with me. Nothing from you guys. Absolutely nothing. I'm starting to think it's not him, it's you. I mean, it might be him for a bunch of things, but I think he's got a staff of children who don't know how to handle the situation. Stop it. Can we sit down with Diego for an hour? You guys pick the day. We'll do it right there at 40 Monument Circle. On video, 1 hour, completely unedited. I'll share the whole thing. I have questions. I will not tell you what the questions are. What's he doing in Hungary? Well, he's on vacation. Why is he doing things in an official capacity as Secretary of State? How does that jive? Why was he in India? What's he doing in India? I know some people want to do some name calling about him because of his height. I have no interest in any of that crap. Answer the questions. Producer Carl, reach out to the office again. 1 hour. He wants to do 12 minutes, we'll do 12 minutes. If he's not up to an hour, right? Reach out again today. We'll keep trying. But there's something really wrong with Indiana Republicans. Man, they don't talk for nothing. I don't get what's happening here. Really don't. And by the way, Holcomb didn't either. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Comcast Business is celebrating Small Business Month by giving you a $1,000 small business bonus when you switch to a qualifying gig speed package from the company with over 99.99% network reliability. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 1, company merch for staff. Stylin'. Or possibility number 24, the latest software upgrade. Or possibility number 192, new equipment powered by gig speeds. Or possibility number 555, a 3D printer. Rapid prototyping, anyone? Switch to Comcast Business for over 99.99% network reliability, advanced cybersecurity, and now get started with a $1,000 small business bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
In 6/22/25, new customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
Traffic on the 5s and Matt Bear, what's going on?
South side is northbound 65 slow from Thompson Road into the South Split because of road construction. And we have rerouting traffic around that construction zone, westbound 465 on the south side, stop and go from I-65 over to US 31. On the west side, crash southbound 465 at Rockville Road on both shoulders, causing a little bit of a slowdown, no delay at the moment. Traffic sponsored by Payday, packed with peanuts and filled with golden caramel. Payday is one hard-working candy bar, so grab one now to power you through the day. Payday Peanut Butter Caramel Bar. Get to it. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
60 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:15.
No one wants to leave behind stress for their family. That's why a trust or a will is so important. Without one, your assets might go to the wrong people or leave out loved ones. Also, probate is long, expensive, and often avoidable with a revocable trust. Trustandwill.com makes it simple to create a personalized estate plan. A trust or will provides clarity and peace of mind. Get 20% off on your estate plan documents by visiting trustandwill.com/radio.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like frames. Because you found a classic 70s concert poster. But when you went to get it framed, you realized the frame will cost about 4 times the amount of the poster. Which is actually absurd because no one will be looking at the frame, and if they are, then you severely overestimated how cool this poster is. But then you remember by switching your home and auto to Progressive, you could save hundreds and put it towards a classic 70s concert poster in an absurdly overpriced frame. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Brought to you by Boer Remodeling, B-O-O-H-E-R, BoerRemodeling.com. That kitchen, that bathroom, how about that basement where you could actually sit and eat popcorn and listen to the popcorn moment? It's very meta, ladies and gentlemen. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning, and Boer Remodeling has got you covered. Their 5-step design process is going to make sure you get everything you've always wanted. It makes sure they're dotting all the I's, crossing all the T's, getting your vision down pat, and then building it to perfection, whether it's that outdated kitchen or you need more space, whether it's taking that basement and taking it from this dumping station to an actual part of the house, or turning your bathroom into that spa kind of feel. Boer Remodeling, if it's inside your 4 walls, they're the only call to make. BOOHER for over 2 decades, taking care of Central Indiana with incredible craftsmanship. The people they have on their team, on their staff, they're the ones who keep coming back year after year after year, rebuilding Indianapolis, rebuilding Central Indiana. They've got the most skilled craftsmen, as I said, the best materials, and they deliver quality work on time with a service-oriented attitude, and they stand behind their work with a 2-year workmanship guarantee. Talk to Boer Remodeling today. 317-852-5546. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-852-5546. Boer Remodeling. 852-5546 or online at Boer. BOOHER. BoerRemodeling.com. The popcorn moment. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. It's a story you need to hear to believe, then grab your popcorn, because there is more. I've got so very much to get to with the popcorn moment, and I don't want to oversaturate certain subjects. Certainly, there is still conversation regarding Joe Biden's mental decline and how the media covered it up, and they are desperate to say, it wasn't me. But it was. But I think the decline we have to worry about is MSNBC's. This is Simone Sanders trying to say Joe Biden is not the problem. Donald Trump, it's his mental state we have to worry about, whether he's fully capable and cogent. And this is how I did not speed this up. I did not alter the audio in any way, shape, or form. This is the new star of MSNBC with Michael Steele. This is Simone Sanders, who was there. She was part of Bernie Sanders' campaign in 2016, a longtime Democrat operative. Now she's got a show with Michael Steele. Can't make this up, guys. Wouldn't know how.
The bar is so low. This man, the oldest man, everybody want to talk about age? We're going to talk about Joe Biden? The oldest man to ever be president cannot bother himself with our nation's secrets, with the intel. I have to ask who's actually making the decisions. Who is actually running the country? Everybody wants to say Joe Biden wasn't running the country. I know for a fact he not only read his presidential daily brief, he was engaged in the meeting, he asked questions, and he gave directives. Donald Trump won't even bother to read the iPad.
Well, especially when this.
What? Nobody knows what she said. I've listened to this a couple of times now, and what she seems to have said is Joe Biden was fully engaged, but nobody knows if Donald Trump reads the presidential daily brief. Broken. And part of the reason why they don't have viewers, part of the reason why people have no interest in the Democratic Party. This story by Nate Silver, this breakdown, is something else. Why young men don't like Democrats. Very interesting stuff. This is data-driven. And the data-driven answer is that Democrats are a bunch of neurotic freaks, and who the hell wants to be around this? Now, we have discussed this, as you may have discussed this, right? I don't think that somehow we're too far off on the reasons, the rationale for why young men have no interest in the Democratic Party. People like Joy Behar and The View want to say it's sexism, and the answer has always been, well, then figure out how to fix that. Their answer is, well, teach men how not to be sexist. You understand that if Joy Behar was teaching men how not to be sexist, it would end up looking like Malcolm McDowell in Clockwork Orange. That's absolutely what she would do because, well, she's tyrannically ignorant in this, that she refuses to accept the fact that the issue is the Democratic Party. If somebody is a sexist, they're a sexist. Maybe they'll come to things on their own time. But to decide that all men are sexist because they won't vote for Kamala Harris was a bad choice. She's a dumb woman, incapable of doing the job. The end. Pick better people. Well, we picked Hillary Clinton. Allow me to repeat myself. Pick better women. Pick better candidates overall. I finally heard someone discussing something we've been discussing since the beginning when it comes to the Democratic convention for who they're going to pick for president. The only person you should be looking at and be concerned by is Wes Moore, the governor of Maryland. I'm on the record already. I'm telling you right now, Wes Moore is going to give any Republican a very strong run for their money. Very strong. Now, he can blow it all up, sure. I mean, any Democrat can, just like any Republican can. But he's the guy to look at. They've picked terrible female candidates thus far. That's not our fault. But you look at these young men, and you look at what it is that they see. I don't doubt that some of Democrats' problem with young men is that they're seen as what in the poker world we'd call nits, neurotic, risk-averse sticklers for the rules, always up in everyone's business. Now, regardless of your politics, would we deny the truth of that? Because it would be weird to deny the truth of that. The Democratic Party are people who are always looking for something to be wrong and everybody to be wrong. We have discussed this in many ways. If you wake up in the morning saying, who has aggrieved me today and how have they aggrieved me? In order to fulfill your own spiraling fantasy, you have to be aggrieved and someone has to have aggrieved you. You must fulfill the fantasy to get through the day. And then the next day you must do it again. How else do you prove your bona fides? Well, that's how we've discussed it. I think it's okay just to say they're neurotic and nobody wants to be around that stuff. They don't want to be around that at all. They don't talk, Democrats don't talk about the issues that young men want to talk about. They don't talk about young men. All they talk about is how much they hate and despise young men. And it turns out that young men actually want to be men. Not beta males, men, which is a good thing. It's a valuable thing. It's an important thing. And it's one of the reasons why I take a look at Gen Z and I say this is a generation of promise. These guys, they remind me of Gen X. They can turn the corner. They can make this work. The millennials, I think that's over. Sorry. But I met plenty of millennials who are good people who work hard, etc. Gen Z has real promise because they've seen what's going on. They're like, all these people are dumb. Can we just be left alone? Which is fantastic. So now we go back to Simone Sanders there on MSNBC. Who's watching that? You can't attract an audience with that kind of talk. You know who's watching that? College-educated liberal white women who, as we know, are the worst. If you want to send hate mail, make sure to send that to Nigel at WIBC.com. Matt Bear has traffic. What's up, Matthew?
West side crash clear. Southbound 465 at Rockville Road. Now we are still slow back to West 10th Street, but the front of the line should improve here. Looking at the south side, northbound 65. Stop and go traffic from 465 up to the south split through the construction. Westbound 465 south side slow from I-65 over to US 31. Westbound 70 slows from Arlington Avenue into Sherman Drive. East side northbound 465 slow from Penn Pike to 75th. Inbound 69 starting to slow from 106th Street down to 82nd. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, B Window is extending their employee discount to you. Get 55% off all products and services, plus 18 months, no interest or payments. Trusted local, trust employee owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hammer and Nigel Show. Join us this Thursday from Caesars Sportsbook at Horseshoe Casino in Shelbyville. But this afternoon, we're talking crime, we're talking punishment, we're talking legal stuff. We'll talk at 3.
Have you ever checked your Social Security statement to see how much money you'll get in retirement? Guess what? This number could be a lot less or a lot more than the number on your statement. It's Hammer and Nigel, and you could discover how you could get every penny that's rightfully yours with a free Social Security analysis from Bill Demery, your retirement guy here in Indy. We trust Bill, and you can too.
So if you have saved more than $200,000 but have not yet filed for Social Security, schedule that free analysis right now by calling Bill Demery. 317-648-5120. This free analysis takes the guesswork out of filing for your benefits, and most importantly, it could help you get every penny that's rightfully yours. Free analysis. Bill Demery, 317-648-5120. That's 317-648-5120.
It's Terry Stacy. How many of you started the year with good intentions of losing weight and getting in shape by spring? Well, if you didn't hit that goal, Exercise Inc. can help. Exercise Inc. has been helping people get stronger, build muscle, lose weight, and transform their health for over 20 years. The program works, and guess what? It only takes 20 minutes a week. Their unique training method was developed in an osteoporosis research study to help prevent bone mineral loss in older women. The women in the study ended up getting very strong in a short amount of time. When the method was applied to normal, healthy adults, both men and women got a lot stronger. Their Simple 9 nutritional program has helped their clients lose over 37,000 pounds since 2013, and they've seen clients lower their blood pressure, improve their blood sugar, and get off prescription meds. Their coaches are professional. Their gyms are private. Get started now before summer gets here. Locations in Avon, Brownsburg, Fishers, Greenwood, and in Zionsville. Change your life in 20 minutes a week. Go to exerciseinc.com.
Well, Trina, now you're in charge of ordering food for the office, so meet my mountain of menus.
So, this should be easy.
Easy as pie. You know the mathematical constant for a circle circumference to diameter ratio, pi? It's super complicated.
In that case, I'll be using EasyCater. It's got everything on one simple platform. Tons of restaurants, dietary preferences, even digital receipts.
But my mountain of menus.
How about I order us some pie?
EasyCater, the easy way to get food for work.
As a caregiver, managing your loved one's health can at times be overwhelming. This is Tina McIntosh, president of Joy's House and co-host of the Caregiver Crossing radio program. In a moment, I'll share 3 tips to help you manage your loved one's medical care effectively.
Cardon and Associates offers the finest senior living options tailored to your loved one's needs. Reservations are now being accepted for new apartments at Copper Trace in Westfield. Visit cardon.com.
Tip number 1, keep a list of all medications, dosages, and schedules to ensure your loved one is taking their medication correctly. Second, attend doctor's appointments with your loved one when you're able. And finally, stay organized by keeping forms, notes, and other important documents in one secure place. More tips like this are available anytime at caregivercrossingradio.org. With new weekly content created by Joy's House and distributed in partnership with Network Indiana, we're an on-air and online support group for Hoosier family caregivers. Hear conversations with experts, access a library of online education, and more at caregivercrossingradio.org.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A man who police call a terrorist say he would do it all over again. You have a clear radar, 62 degrees in downtown Indianapolis this morning, going up to 89. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:31.
Police say the suspect, 45-year-old Mohammed Sabri Solomon, had tried to buy a gun, but he was rejected because he's not a legal citizen. So he turned to Molotov cocktails, they say.
Fox's Madeline Rivera reporting on the Egyptian man accused of attacking pro-Israel group in Boulder, Colorado Sunday.
They say he went to their location in Boulder dressed as a gardener so he could blend in and waited for them to arrive. While searching Solomon's car, authorities found paperwork with the words Israel, Palestine, and USAID. Solomon is charged with a federal hate crime and multiple state charges, including 16 counts of attempted first-degree murder.
The attack comes less than 2 weeks after 2 Israeli embassy employees were shot and killed in Washington, D.C. by a man who police say yelled "Free Palestine." People in Puerto Rico can now choose male, female, or X on their birth certificate.
Puerto Rico's Supreme Court said the law discriminated against people who describe themselves as non-binary. It was ruling on a case brought by 6 non-binary individuals. The plaintiffs claimed being unable to express this on their birth certificate breached the U.S. Constitution's 14th Amendment guaranteeing equality. Judges say non-binary people should now be able to make that change.
That's Fox's Jonathan Savage reporting. A man named Derek Singh died at Planet Fitness in Indianapolis last year. Heather Bradford was arrested for contributing to his death this past Saturday. IMPD Lieutenant Justin Goff explains why this investigation took a while.
That's pretty typical in these cases, and it has a lot to do with the evidence itself, obtaining that evidence, going through all that evidence, being able to locate the suspect, and then prove that this is the person who actually did it, whether it be interview them, talk to them.
Bradford was arrested at a gas station in Mooresville on Friday. She's charged with selling Sync, the drugs that killed him. An Indianapolis man is getting ready for 4 decades in prison for shooting his pregnant girlfriend. Here's Jarrett Lewis.
24-year-old Stephen Weiland is spending the next 37 years in prison after being sentenced this week. He was found guilty in March of attempted murder, aggravated battery, and domestic battery. Investigators say he shot his pregnant girlfriend in the head at a home near the southeast side of Indianapolis. The woman miraculously survived, but her baby did not. 3 other young children were also in the home at the time of the shooting in February of 2023. Jarrett Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Pain and emotional stress is why a man from Florida is suing Universal Orlando Resort after a ride broke down. He said he was stuck on the ride 2 years ago while riding the Harry Potter and Forbidden Journey ride, and he wants $50,000 from the amusement park. Sports on WIBC is brought to you by Ball State Athletics. Visit ballstatesports.com. You've heard this slogan before. Defense wins championships. Pacers head coach Rick Carlisle says their spot in the NBA Finals this year comes down to one thing, their ability to play great D.
It wasn't a team that had great defenders, but we've gotten better defenders. We've gotten bigger. We got Pascal. The guys co-signed on the importance of defense, and everybody has participated in the growth. Oklahoma will present some very tough challenges.
And the Pacers will practice in about 90 minutes, getting ready for Game 1 of the NBA Finals against the Oklahoma City Thunder. First 2 games in OKC. Game 1 Thursday at 8:30. The Indiana Fever have dropped 3 games in a row, and they're looking to turn that around tonight against the Washington Mystics. Kelsey Mitchell, who signed a big contract this offseason, has had a rough start to the season.
It's not really just scoring. It's about kind of just being able to play and be a hooper. And I think for me, that's always what I've been. And so I think as the games go in June, I'll be able to find that rhythm that I need to go hoop, really. And I think everything else will come after.
Tonight's game at Gainbridge Fieldhouse starts at 7. I'm Ryan Hedrick, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 7:35. Traffic on the 5s. Good morning, Matt Bear.
Stop and grind. Looking at northbound 65 south side. Stop and go traffic from 465 into the South Split. That's a construction zone. Your slowdown begins right around Southport Road. Westbound 465. Stop and go traffic. I-65 to US 31. East side westbound 70 slow. Shadeland Avenue past Emerson. Inbound 69. Good morning, Fisher. Stop and go traffic 106th Street to 82nd. Northwest side, northbound 465, slow off 86th up to 865. Please avoid Penn south of 38th Street. Shooting investigation happening there. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, B Window is extending their employee discount to you. Get 55% off of products and services plus 18 months, no interest or payments. Trust a local, trust employee owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
61 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:36.
Trust employee owned. B Windows extending our employee discount to you. Up to 55% off, plus 18 months, no interest, no payments. Trust your home to B.
Whenever I'm out wandering, chasing a rainbow dream, I often stop and think about a place I've never seen.
Today on the Marketplace, it's got all the Book of Mormon vibes. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Oh, I should have queued up the music. Book of Mormon from the South Park guys, Trey Parker, Matt Stone. I'm telling you, I saw that show, mouth on the floor, and said, I know nothing about the culture war. I know zero. That's how incredibly good that is. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. During downtime, I'm clearing my head for what's next on the show. I buy myself on Facebook Marketplace. Cool stuff, odd stuff, interesting stuff, strange stuff, weird stuff. All the stuff is at the Marketplace. The Marketplace segment brought to you by IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's your cash. Go get it. IndianaUnclaimed.gov. Seriously, fast, easy, free to use. Even Matt Bear can do it. Just go to IndianaUnclaimed.gov and put in some basic information and go find your cash. It's yours. IndianaUnclaimed.gov. Matt Bear, I have this posted over there on my Twitter X feed at Tony Katz. This, do you know what this is, Matt Bear?
This is it's a statue of somebody selling Bibles. Is what I'm guessing.
That's kind of what it looks like.
Oh, but it says elder on it, so that would be that would be Mormon, like you were talking about. Okay, I made the connection. Yeah.
So it's like, it looks like a little kid, like a little statue, like cartoonish, and handouts to shake your hand, wearing a tie and a suit. It says elder, holding a book in his left hand there. I'm assuming it's the Book of Mormon. And this is a bank.
Oh, it's a bank. Okay, so it has like a yellow crown on its head that looks like a net.
Right. Well, it's his hair.
Okay.
The Mormon bank dude has very Trump hair.
Yeah, it's like a hairnet.
Right. It's not like a hairnet. It's just like hair.
That's where you put the gold coins in. You can't put pennies in this bank because those are illegal.
That's not. No, they stopped making. Hold
on.
They're
illegal.
No.
If you have pennies in your pocket, you'll be deported.
That's not how any of this works.
Yes, it is.
Oh, if it were only the case.
No, I read social studies.
No, so first of all, they have stopped manufacturing the penny. The penny itself is not illegal. You can still own and actually engage commerce in pennies.
Nobody's going to take it.
No, they'll take it.
No, they won't.
They'll take it. Oh, they'll take your pennies.
Well, I mean, in Indiana, you have to carry cash at your business anyway, so, you got to have all the pennies and then distribute them.
Right.
What's going to happen to those little gas stations with the little penny things, that you use to buy gum?
That's not what you do with
You
that.
just take the handful of pennies and then you walk out of the store with your Quest bar or something.
No,
You just be like, that's
Matt,
for me.
Matt,
stick it in your
that's not there so you can get free
You
gum.
just take it and run.
That's not how
with
it-
whatever else you have in your pockets too. The
The
Slim Jims.
pennies exist, so if you're missing like a penny or two, you can just take that, and then it'll be exact change. It's not there for you to buy free gum.
That's what I use to buy my air fresheners. My car smells like
It's
pine
certainly
needles.
not there for you to buy air fresheners.
You better hope there are enough pennies or you're going to jail.
The Large Personal Mission Fund, this is how it's described, the Large Personal Mission Fund Missionary Bank.
Hey, phrase it. Yeah.
It is 13 inches tall, in very good condition. This item is hard to find, according to the description. I also have another one posted in a different color, which is green, I guess, and pickup or shipping available. This bank, right? It's got a slot in the hair, in the Trump-like hair, not a hairnet, to put your coins in, and it's selling for $100.
No. Nope. Nope. I mean, maybe if the coin slot was somewhere on the backside, that'd be fun. But it's just like right there on the forehead. I don't know if I'm going to start a savings account for my kids or maybe save money. I'd either get a bank that. Something a little bit that would match the decor of the home. So I'm gonna have to pass on this, especially for $100. Sorry, I'm no sell.
First of all, I've never seen your home, but I assume that the whole decor is Book of Mormon. Secondly,
that'd be awesome.
Secondly, did you say if the coin slot was on the backside?
Wouldn't that be fun? Just right there in the seat of the pants, and you just put the corner. Carl. Good Lord.
Is this what happens when you miss a couple days, Matt? You go on vacation, which I'm told was for your birthday. I didn't even know it was your birthday.
I never take my birthday off. That's a lie. It would be great if you put the coin in the backseat of the pants and the eyes lit up. Like little red lights every time you put a coin in, and it went ooh.
You know what the problem here is? You spent a lot of time thinking about this.
You said the greatest comedy duo of all time. That's Matt Stone, Trey Parker. My mind just goes, shh.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, they're the best.
It could be yours. Honestly, I think it's cool. I don't know if it's $100 cool, but it is cool.
It's a lot.
It is cool. Check it out over there at WIBC.com. We have all the marketplace opportunities and sales listed for you. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Another update is just minutes away.
He set people on fire. Terror attack in Boulder, Colorado.
Mohammed Solomon setting fire to pro-Israel demonstrators.
Hear the news.
Indiana Pacers NBA Finals.
Worked our tails off as a group, and we just kept pushing.
Game 1 Thursday night at 8:30.
As events happen.
Car in a tow truck collided.
Indy's northwest side.
We'll happen to be there.
Expect Canadian wildfire smoke
through Monday and start to diminish.
93 WIBC Mobile News.
When you golf in Missouri, the courses are so close, you'll spend more time on the fairway than the freeway. After the back nine, enjoy world-class dining and distilleries, shops, spas, museums, and more. Find your new golf MO at visitmo.com.
There's something timeless about radio. It's where stories are told, ideas are shared, and communities stay connected. Our generation grew up with it, and we still believe in the power of tuning in. At Howard Bailey Financial, we believe planning for retirement should feel just as familiar and trusted. That's why we're bringing real conversations and practical advice to the airwaves. Join us every Sunday at 9 p.m. for our Retire with Purpose Radio Hour, right here on 93.1 WIBC. We'll talk about what really matters in retirement, income you can count on, choices you can feel good about, and a future that reflects your values. Because some things, like good planning and good radio, never go out of style. Howard Bailey Financial, retirement planning that speaks your language. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com. The Retire with Purpose Radio Hour is a paid placement on each airing station.
Mike loves summer in Indy, but he hates to paint.
So he called Rhino Shield.
Our home is basically a contemporary, and we just started noticing that the paint was just fading and just looked like garbage. We had received a postcard from Rhino Shield, and we decided to take a look at it.
Rhino Shield's formulated for our specific climate here in Indiana.
The process with Rhino Shield and their crew, they were just very conscientious. We had problems in the past with painters. They leave debris and everything. Well, we didn't have that with Rhino Shield.
Way better than paint, backed by a 25-year warranty. And right now, get the guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield for 10% off the regular price.
The thing about the Rhino Shield, the heat gain has been reduced, and we save $70 a month. You don't hear that about any type of paint.
Here's Rhino Shield's Shane Smith.
This offer is limited, so call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint.
Don't vinyl.
Go Rhino!
Paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Traffic on the 5s and Matt Bear, what are you doing?
South side, northbound 65, stop and go traffic through the construction zone before Edgewood Avenue up to the south split. And that's the way it's going to be. Lane restrictions until the end of next year in this construction zone. Westbound 465, stop and go I-65 over to US 31. Northwest side, northbound 465, stop and go 79 to 865. East side, northbound 465, slow from 70 to Penn Pike. And westbound 70, stop and go traffic from 465 to Arlington Avenue. And a reminder, please avoid Penn south of 38. That is a shooting investigation. Ryan has more on that coming up at 8:02. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, B Window is extending their employee discount to you. Get 55% off all products and services, plus 18 months, no interest or payments. Trust a local, trust employee owned, trust your home. To bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
61 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:46.
Hi, Jeff Roush for Tom Roush Lincoln. Right now,
get Lincoln's employee pricing on most all new Lincolns at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers. Get up to $20,000 off select 2024 Navigators, up to $8,000 off select 2024 Nautilus, or up to $7,000 off select 2024 Corsair at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
Navigator MSRP 105,575, Nautilus MSRP 6195, Corsair MSRP 47,820. Offers going on now. Navigators excluded from employee pricing. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place. For changes big and small, loud or quiet. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
At Price Point Comfort, we're proud to serve our local community. We're not just your service provider, but we're your neighbors.
For heating and cooling help, go to PricePointComfort.com. Price Point Comfort is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air dealer.
From military life to a rewarding career in IT, kickstart your new journey in a matter of months in the fields of IT and cybersecurity, including AI. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including VA benefits.
Packed with peanuts and filled with golden caramel, Payday is one hard-working candy bar. So grab one now to power you through the day. Payday Peanut Caramel Bar. Get to it.
Recovery is a journey, and no one walks it alone. The Supporting Sobriety podcast helps friends and families understand addiction, offer support, and care for themselves along the way. Hosted by Matt Bear and Ryan Hedrick. Find it wherever you get your podcasts.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Pat Sullivan here with exciting news from my friends at Hope Plumbing, now known as Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Hope now offers plumbing, heating, and air conditioning services, bringing total comfort to your home. No more dealing with multiple home service memberships. For only $8 a month, Hope is now your one stop for safety and maintenance inspections and so much more. Make sure you're prepared for those Indiana summer heat waves with an AC tune-up by calling Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling today at 641-HOPE.
So we've got a Democrat on the city county council telling Joe Hogsett to resign. Well, if it gives us Dan Parker, I'm not so sure, but I get the sentiment. Trusting Joe Hogsett is simply not something that rational people can do. And let us say it again. No good thing happening in Indianapolis is because of the work of Joe Hogsett. Not a single ounce. He has created no value in his almost 12 years in office. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Great to be with you. You've got Andy Nielsen. I do not know Counselor Andy Nielsen calling for Hogsett's resignation because this third-party investigation into the sexual impropriety that takes place in Hogsett's office that he never did anything about. Oh, he followed the law. No. He was within a framework of the law. He didn't follow anything except please make this go away. Nielsen served on the investigative committee as reported by John Herrick at WIBC.com, stating that the mayor's decision showed a lack of judgment and a disregard for ethics, and that's why he's calling for the resignation. Hogsett putting out a statement saying, quote, while we don't always agree, one thing the city county council and I do agree on is the importance of continually improving city policies and training, a bipartisan commitment I reaffirmed in a letter to the council president and committee chair last Friday. Within 24 hours, I also instructed the Office of Corporation Counsel, to review all relevant materials on the range of work Thomas Cook was engaged with during his final months of employment with the city, which will be made available to the council and the public in the next few days. That doesn't matter, Mayor. You hired the guy back. You knew he was no good. You knew he was a lowlife. And you hired him back. That's the story. The measures, the changes, the reviews, it's all garbage. You knew the sexual impropriety was happening on your watch. You did nothing. You did nothing. And then you hired the guy back for a re-election. You're the issue, Joe Hogsett. You have bad character and you make bad decisions. The bad character, the bad decisions can be seen not just in this, but in how you treated the Indy 11. It can be seen in your public appearances. It can be seen when you let the city burn. And someone actually on social media was arguing, the city didn't burn. You're just being hyperbolic. Buildings were set ablaze. Dumpsters were rolling in the street. And by the way, if you say to me it was just one dumpster, to quote the Vice President, J.D. Vance, do you hear yourself? How many dumpsters have to be set ablaze and rolled down the street before you're like, hey, there's an issue? I don't know how many it takes for you. For me, one's enough. One dumpster on fire with an absent mayor. Remember, it's not that the mayor was there leading things. It's not that the mayor was there to be consulted. No. The mayor was nowhere to be found, and we don't know where he was. Oh, I've heard all the rumors. But rumors don't mean anything to me. I need data. Prove it to me. I'll talk about it. Rumors? Sorry. Not very much interested in such a thing. But this is all proof of the lack of judgment that Joe Hogsett has. He has no character, he has no judgment, and he's done nothing to make this city better. Zero. The city is better because of really good stewardship from the state of Indiana and individual players in Indianapolis who have a vision because they believe in this city, which is kind of fantastic. So appreciate this from Andy Nielsen. That Hogsett's choice to keep Thomas Carl Cook, quote, demonstrated a profound lack of judgment and disregard for fundamental ethics. These decisions knowingly put people in harm's way and eroded trust in institutions that we should and must hold to the highest standard. I'm incredibly disappointed by this poor leadership. Well said, sir. We may disagree on a million things. That's well said, Mr. Nielsen, Counselor Nielsen. Joe Hogsett should resign. He's that bad. Also, he once told me that he listens to the show. He refuses to come on, but he said he listens to the show when he wants to talk to me in private. Well, what say you, Mayor Hogsett? Do you make poor decisions? Do you have bad ethics? Call in. Tell Indianapolis about your ethical philosophy. We'd love to hear it. Matt Barra has got traffic. What's up, Matthew?
Yeah, Tony, looking at northbound 65 stop-and-go traffic, Southport Road into the South Split, a 13-minute delay through that construction. Westbound 465 stop-and-go 65 to 31. Traffic sponsored by B-Window. Right now, B-Window is extending their employee discount to you. Get 55% off all products and services, plus 18 months, no interest or payments. Trust our local, trust employee-owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. Matt Bear, WIBC Traffic.
Turning 65, new to Medicare, or just moved? If you qualify for Medicare and Medicaid, a Humana Dual Eligible Special Needs Plan, a D-SNP, may give you the extra benefits you're looking for. A D-SNP helps cover things like prescriptions and checkups, but it also helps pay for essentials, too. With a Humana D-SNP, you get $225 a month for eligible groceries, rent, utilities, and more. Plus, whatever you don't spend carries over to the next month. You may even get benefits like $0 copays on routine prescriptions, plus routine dental, vision, or hearing coverage. All of this could make a difference for your health and wallet. Learn more at GetHumana.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a coordinated care HMO SNP plan with a Medicare contract and a contract with the Indiana Medicaid program. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal. Allowance amounts cannot be combined with other benefit allowances. Limitations and restrictions may apply.
Hey guys, it's Rob from my friends at Universal Windows Direct. Right now, it's their home improvement season sale. What an incredible deal going on with Universal Windows Direct. If you've been thinking about upgrading your windows, now is the time to act. You can get payments as low as $99 a month or no payments and no interest for an entire year. This gives you a full year to enjoy the comfort, savings, and curb appeal before you ever make a payment. Universal Windows Direct will come out to your home and do a free in-home window and energy assessment so you can see exactly where your home's losing energy and how much you could be saving. Give my friends at Universal Windows Direct a call. Schedule your free assessment and take the first step towards a more comfortable, energy-efficient home. Call today, 317-659-7574. 317-659-7574. Payments as low as $99 a month or no payments and no interest for an entire year. Universal Windows Direct. UniversalWindowsDirect.com, 317-659-7574.
Comcast Business is celebrating Small Business Month by giving you a $1,000 small business bonus when you switch to a qualifying gig speed package from the company with over 99.99% network reliability. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 1, company merch for staff. Stylin'. Or possibility number 24, the latest software. Upgrade. Or possibility number 192, new equipment powered by gig speeds. Or possibility number 555, a 3D printer. Rapid prototyping, anyone? Switch to Comcast Business for over 99.99% network reliability, advanced cybersecurity, and now get started with the $1,000 small business bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
And 6/22/25. New customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
Gotta love summertime. It's for enjoying outdoor music and vacations, and our pals at AAA Hoosier Motor Club can help you save on both. AAA is now the official travel partner of Ruoff Music Center, and AAA members are going to enjoy some big-time benefits. Early entry into concerts, access to the AAA Premier Lounge. Can't wait to go see Chris Stapleton this summer.
Concerts at Ruoff, always a good time, always a fun time. Same with going on a vacation. And AAA members save with access to hotel discounts, rental car discounts, and a lot more, along with complimentary travel planning. Plus, if you run into trouble on the road, AAA has you covered. Flat tire, dead battery, run out of gas. AAA is there 24/7, 365, no matter where your travels take you. So do yourself a favor. Join AAA today. AAA.com, 844-GO-AAA-GO, or stop by your local AAA office.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recyclers Studios, it is the most volatile call that police can take, a domestic violence call, and this morning it ended in murder. Police are reacting, and the Indiana Pacers are just 2 days away from an NBA Finals appearance, what they're saying after Fox News. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1, Indianapolis. It is 8 o'clock.
2 of the victims are still in a hospital. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Among the 12 injured in Sunday's Boulder, Colorado terror attack, the man accused, Mohammed Solomon, is charged with a federal hate crime and state charges.
8 of those counts are for attempted murder with intent and after deliberation. The other 8 counts are attempted murder with extreme indifference.
Boulder County DA Michael Doherty.
According to the federal criminal complaint, Solomon said he would do it all over again and that he knew the gathering would be there because he found their schedule online.
Fox's Alicia Acuna in Boulder. Solomon says he'd been planning it for a year and tried to buy a gun but wasn't allowed to since he's not a citizen and in the U.S. illegally.
Court documents show Solomon told authorities after his arrest when he couldn't get the gun, he researched on YouTube how to make a Molotov cocktail and admitted to throwing 2 of them at the group in Boulder who were quietly gathered for a weekly show of support for the hostages in Gaza.
Now in Gaza for a 3rd day in a row, shots were fired near a food distribution site, killing at least 27 people. Palestinian officials are blaming Israeli forces.
Israel's military acknowledges firing near a few individual suspects who left a designated route, approached its forces and ignored warning shots. The U.S.-backed Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, which operates the aid sites, says there has been no violence in or around them. Meanwhile, 3 Israeli soldiers were killed by an improvised explosive device in northern Gaza.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. The day after Russia and Ukraine ceasefire talks led to just a swap of dead and wounded soldiers. Russia hit Ukraine again with a rocket attack, leaving 3 dead, many more wounded. President Trump posted on Truth Social overnight the economy is booming because of tariffs, as he puts many countries on the clock to avoid big tariffs on their imports that are currently on hold.
2 sources tell Fox the U.S. trade representative set a Wednesday deadline in a letter asking all countries in negotiations to submit their trade offers.
That's Fox's Jackie Heinrich at the White House. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Homicide detectives on Indianapolis's north side. You have a clear radar and it's 62 degrees on Monument Circle. Your high today, 89. I'm Ryan Hedrick, and here's what's trending at 8:02.
And they discovered inside of an apartment an adult female and what we believe to be an adult male who both sustained injuries consistent with gunshot wounds.
IMPD Sergeant William Young speaking earlier today outside of an apartment building along Pennsylvania Street, not far from 38th and Meridian, where the cops say a shooting stemmed from a domestic situation.
I'll tell you, there were several individuals inside the apartment who were not injured. Hopefully those individuals, once they get the services and the assistance that they need, they'll be able to speak with our investigators, and hopefully we can try to, again, hold this individual accountable and responsible.
And whoever that person is that killed that woman has not been arrested yet. Someone from his own party is asking him to resign. Jarrett Lewis has more on the investigation. Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogsett's office.
According to a third-party investigation coming from a mostly Democrat committee, Mayor Joe Hogsett did nothing wrong and was found legally compliant in regards to the sexual harassment case involving his former chief of staff, Thomas Cook. However, City County Councilor Andy Nielsen isn't buying it and has called for Hogsett to resign. Nielsen, a Democrat and had served on that committee, questions why Cook was allowed to remain in his role 68 days after Human Resources acted on the allegations. He says the mayor's decisions showed a lack of judgment and disregard for ethics. Jarrett Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Gas prices across Indianapolis are down a bit this morning. $3.05 says AAA. That's up 14 cents from where they were last time at this point. OWI charges for a member of the Indiana General Assembly. Chris Davis has the story.
State Senator Michael Bohacek was arrested in Michigan City January 24th with charges held until May 15th, according to court documents. The arrest happened when an officer pulled Bohacek over for speeding, then noticed his balance was off and his speech was slow. According to the officer, Bohacek was administered a test for his blood alcohol level, and that was decisive, a .2 .283, which is more than 3 times the legal limit. One of the charges against Bohacek is OWI greater than .15. Both are misdemeanors. Chris Davis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Game 1 of the NBA Finals between the Indiana Pacers and the Oklahoma City Thunder just 2 days away. Miles Turner is talking about the moment that he realized that this year's group was different.
One thing I've always done, bro, I always come in on off days. I've been doing that since my second, third year. Like, I'll come in on an off day to get some shots or work on my body. When I tell you, like, all our young guys, like, from 2 years on, all the guys just got traded, were in there every single time. Like, that was a first for me. That's kind of when I knew.
Oklahoma City Thunder star Shai Gilgeous-Alexander talks about the last time these two teams hooked up.
They were a really good team back then. They were on a roll back then, and they're on a roll now. Since January, us and them have the best records in the NBA, and they've been playing good basketball. So I don't think much has changed. They're going to be a tough opponent regardless. They were tough in March, and they'll be tough come Thursday.
Gilgeous-Alexander is this year's NBA MVP. Tip-off, Game 1, Thursday, 8:30. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go, and at WIDC.com at 8:05. Traffic on the 5s. Here's Matt Bear.
All right, Ryan, looking at northbound 65 stop-and-go traffic from Southport Road into the South Split because of road construction, and westbound 465 south side slow from I-65 over to US 31. On the east side, northbound 465 slow after Washington past I-70 and again around Penn Pike. Westbound 72 downtown from the east side, pockets of slow from Shadeland Avenue into the North Split. Inbound 69 slows from 106th Street to 82nd. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear with Traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Marcus Bailey. It's Marcus Bailey, right? Wish TV meteorologist. Do I have that right? Did I do that right?
You got it.
Look at me. What's going on, kid?
Hey, Tony. It's mostly sunny today. Very warm, very humid. It's going to kind of look and feel part of summer finally here as we head into the afternoon. Today's high around 87. It does get a little breezy at times, but it'll be more of a refreshing breeze because of that heat. Tonight, we're partly cloudy. It's going to be a little stuffy overnight, low down to 70 degrees. Wednesday, partly cloudy skies. I think a lot of the daytime hours dry for Wednesday. We'll see a few pop-up showers and storms as early as late in the afternoon, but I think our better rain chances hold off until Wednesday night. Wednesday's high around 85. Thursday does look wet. Scattered showers and storms on and off through much of the day. Thursday's high around 80.
That's a lot of, it's going to be hot, and then it's going to be hot, and it's going to be unseasonably hot, and then it's just going to be hot. Like, that's basically what you just said.
Pretty much. I mean, we're at the point now. I mean, we had a lot. We were complaining about how cool it was in May, though. Like,
I wasn't. Did you hear me complain once? No.
No, I guess not. No, I guess you're right. You're right. I didn't hear you complain.
Others complained. Lesser people complained. Not I.
That's true. That's true.
But I'm complaining now.
But now you're complaining.
It's going to be hot.
It is going to be hot. Yeah.
That's Marcus Bailey of Wish TV. Good man. Good person. Raised right. 63 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:08. There have been a ton of stories in Indiana and in Indianapolis. We've got members of the General Assembly who have been drinking. We've got members of the City County Council calling on the mayor to resign. We've got, what was the other story? We've got people dead in a tanning bed. Woo! Crazy. Everything at WIBC.com. Me, I'm Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. But maybe nothing is more confusing than the move from Governor Braun to fire people off of the Board of Trustees of IU. I'm not saying to you that I have an issue or an argument with who was placed on the Board of Trustees. I don't have any specific issue with Jim Bopp, the lawyer. Oh, well, he's gone to court in favor of limiting abortions. You mean he's a pro-life guy? That doesn't mean you're disqualified from being on a Board of Trustees. Settle down, political left. Sage Steele, she's a famous alumnist and an advocate for free speech. I'll give it a thumbs up. What I can't do is explain why some people were removed. I don't understand it politically, and I don't understand it institutionally. If I was a cynical guy, which I am not, don't let anybody fool you. It's not who I am. It looks like a power play. And it looks like a power play orchestrated by Pam Whitten, the president of IU, and the governor was more than fine to go along with it. I don't even know if I fault the governor for going along with it. I am curious about the decision-making process. But there's some people like Jill Maurer Burnett, the daughter of Mickey Maurer, who has his name on a building there. Why would she be removed? She just won an election. There were like 10 people who ran. She won the election to be on the Board of Trustees. Why her? Now, I could say that about a host of these other people. I don't know them. And if getting a change in the IU Board of Trustees is so important, why does Quinn Buckner remain? I don't care who he is. I'm asking a question here. Why is he still there? And as the board chair, which, as I understand it, you can't do the 4 terms, he shouldn't even be allowed to be a part of it. That has nothing to do with whether or not anything I think of him, and I don't actually think anything of him. I don't know the man. I have no idea if he's good at his job or he stinks to high heaven. No clue. Why does he stay? I don't understand it. I don't quite get the rationale here. Now, there's some people who are remaining on this board, who are part of this, or the Board of Trustees, who I like and respect. Kathy Langham is one of them. Sorry. That woman is spectacular on a personal and professional level. Her story is impressive. Her work ethic is impressive. Her care, her ability to engage the concepts. I have, in every interaction with her, I have been nothing but absolutely impressed. But I still can't answer the questions as to why this is happening, why this took place. So if someone's got an idea, I'm all ears. If someone's a board member who got removed, I'd love to hear from you. I want to understand it. It's not that this move is going to affect my everyday. Tomorrow I'm moving on with my day. It's just, it is odd. It is weird. I don't think it can be said any other way. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Everyone is talking about Galaxy Concrete Coatings and their transformation. Like your neighbor Dennis.
I was in the process of refinishing my garage and, trying to turn it into a man cave. So I started searching, online, and I ran across Galaxy.
Galaxy Concrete Coatings is not epoxy. It's better.
First thing I wanted to do initially is I wanted to repair where the concrete had eroded. They said they could do that. I said, well, heck, let me go ahead and get the entire floor covered.
Commercial or residential, 4 times stronger than epoxy, and it comes with a lifetime warranty.
They were so courteous and respectful of the home and the property. And when they're done, they cleaned up, picked up, swept up. It was like they were never there.
Click on GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com now. That's Galaxy Concrete Coatings. And remember to like us on Facebook. Galaxy Concrete Coatings. We're out of this world.
I would recommend Galaxy over any other competitor, hands down. You're going to be taken care of and you're going to be satisfied. These guys know what they're doing.
Have you ever checked your Social Security statement to see how much money you'll get in retirement? Guess what? This number could be a lot less or a lot more than the number on your statement. It's Hammer and Nigel, and you could discover how you could get every penny that's rightfully yours with a free Social Security analysis from Bill Demery, your retirement guy here in Indy. We trust Bill, and you can too.
So if you have saved more than $200,000 but have not yet filed for Social Security, schedule that free analysis right now by calling Bill Demery. 317-648-5120. This free analysis takes the guesswork out of filing for your benefits, and most importantly, it could help you get every penny that's rightfully yours. Free analysis. Bill Demery, 317-648-5120. That's 317-648-5120.
The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Tony Katz to 46220 or visit indianaunclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Traffic on the fives. Matt Bear, he's in the WIBC Traffic Center. What do you know?
Looking at northbound 65 on the south side, Tony, stop and go traffic from South Fort Road into the South Split because of road construction delayed by 16 minutes. Westbound 465 on the south side, slow from I-65 over to US 31. Inbound 69, slow after 106th Street, 282nd. On the northwest side, northbound 465, a little bit tight as you make your way into the 865 ramps. And watch out for Penn south of 38. That is a police investigation into a shooting, and Ryan's going to have more on that coming up during the 8:30 news. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear on the fives at WIBC Traffic.
62 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:16.
Hey folks, Scott Wilson here from Wilson Farm Market, just 20 minutes north of Carmel. We're proud to bring you the freshest produce farmed right here in Indiana and across the Midwest. And don't miss our home-style fried chicken, scratch-made bakery, and a deli packed with ready-to-go favorites. Got a sweet tooth? Check out a variety of old-fashioned candies, the kind that brings back sweet memories from your childhood. At Wilson Farm Market, we're all about local freshness, friendly faces, and food that feels like home. Wilson Farm Market. That's Wilson Farm Market.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet, so make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
Well, Trina, now you're in charge of ordering food for the office, so meet my mountain of menus.
So, this should be easy.
Easy as pie. You know the mathematical constant for a circle circumference to diameter ratio, pi? It's super complicated.
In that case, I'll be using EasyCater. It's got everything on one simple platform. Tons of restaurants, dietary preferences, even digital receipts.
But my mountain of menus.
How about I order us some pie?
EasyCater, the easy way to get food for work.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
What if the next time you painted your home was the last time you painted your home?
Our home has had Rhino Shield for 10 years.
Rhino Shield. Call 888-RHINO-41. Don't paint, don't vinyl. Go Rhino.
Mrs. Brown, you've got a lovely daughter.
Is it my imagination that tickets in Indianapolis are going for more than tickets in Oklahoma? No, maybe it is my imagination. I mean, I don't know if it's apples for apples based on how their arena is designed. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Great to be with you. So if I take a look at tickets at Gamebridge, let's say behind the scorer's table, there are 2 tickets right now that I can see. They're $17,000 a ticket. That's happening. That's real money. If I take a look at tickets that are between the scorer's table and the Pacers bench, second row, those are $18,000 a ticket. I take a look at similar tickets. They're only $9,500 in Oklahoma. But maybe it's just the way it's laid out. I think that might be it. Yeah, because tickets behind the visitors bench, like directly behind the visitors bench, are $13,000 each. There are 4 tickets available. So if we have some good hecklers, can we get a GoFundMe to send them? Oh, no, that's a visitors bench. Never mind. We don't want to heckle. We want to do that behind the Thunder bench. Now, this is 2 rows behind the Thunder bench. It's $13,000. So that's where we need to send the hecklers. I don't know. It just seems like the tickets are a little more expensive in Oklahoma. I mean, a little more expensive here than they are in Oklahoma. I don't know if I'm right. That is what it seems like. Someone can correct me if I am wrong, if they've done a very detailed analysis. Every day I post what's going on over at TonyKatz.com. Everything I'm going to be speaking about on the show. One of those things is that the boxer was a man, baby. This goes back to the Olympics. And you have Imane Khalif, who was a man, participating in women's boxing. We were told that the lab work was inconclusive, and then we were told you can't question whether or not this is a woman. Lab results, male chromosomes. This is not debate. We watched a man beat up women, and we were told that's fair play. So one could argue that just because this person has male chromosomes might not be the totality of their story. What it can tell us is that if we are unwilling to be honest about certain things in sports, like in life, we will deal with very horrific consequences. And I have no interest at all in what the left puts forth as this idea of fairness. Leaving this Olympic story aside, it is very, very obvious. Very obvious that this is a fight that must continue to be fought for girls in sports. And every time something comes up and we see it, it's our job to bring some attention to it. These people won't stop. They won't stop until they have beat up quite literally every woman they can find. It's super weird. Super, super weird. Then there is the story. We were discussing this yesterday briefly, that while they met in Turkey, did Ukraine and Russia to discuss peace. It lasted a little over an hour. There was no peace that was achieved. Ukraine had managed a very, very impressive attack on Russia and on their fleet of fighter jets. They did a lot of damage. They have over 100 Tupolev bombers, and Ukraine says they damaged or destroyed more than 40. Certainly, Intel is saying now that at least 14 have been damaged based on what they could see by satellite. So they're unsure what was operational, what wasn't operational, how much damage was done. The question before us is, how in the world did the Ukrainians do this? Because according to the reporting, they got deep into Russian territory to make this happen, supposedly planning that had taken place for over a year. When I say deep, like deep into Siberia deep, they hit an air base that was 3,000 miles away. How? How in the world does that possibly happen? I want to start getting an answer to the question of who helped do this. Who was a part of this? I don't claim an expertise in everything that Ukraine has available in its arsenal, what they've gotten from the United States, long-range missiles, etc. What I can state is that this required a level of planning. And as we know, and we've discussed it here, intelligence was cut off from Ukraine by the United States, by the Trump administration, as part of this negotiation, trying to get the peace deal. They cut off the intel. How in the world did this strike happen? If you want me to believe that the Ukrainians did this just because they were really, steadfast about it, and they were really focused, and they've got all this info, and they were able to work with all these people, nope, no, not buying. Who was involved in this? Who was involved in this attack? And how many planes were actually hit? Because if it's 40, that number is massive. If it's 14, that number's really good. Does this upend Putin? Does this change a philosophy regarding how to deal with Ukraine? Does this bring the peace process a little bit closer? I have absolutely no idea. None. What I know is it's a real hit. And I don't believe the Ukrainians could have done this on their own. Matt Barrett's got traffic. What's up, Matthew?
Northbound 65 south side, stop and go traffic, Southport Road into the south split because of construction. Westbound 465, stop and go from I-65 over to US 31. Northbound 65, slow out of the north split to Meridian Penn. Eastbound 465, dragging from Michigan Road over to Meridian, and inbound 69, slow off 106th Street to 96. Traffic sponsored by B-Window. Right now, B-Window is extending their employee discount to you. Get 55% off all products and services plus 18 months, no interest or payments. Trust on local, trust employee owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear on the fives at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, this is Rob.
And this is Casey.
Did we finally get an answer on DUI Gate?
Join us Tuesday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
Get ready for the best week of summer. Life Church is hosting Vacation Bible School, an exciting, fun-filled week where kids will discover the love of Jesus through music, games, crafts, and Bible stories. It's all happening June 9th through the 13th, and it's completely free. It's open to all kids ages 4 years old to 5th grade. So come, make new friends, learn about Jesus, and have a blast. Register today at lifechurchin.com.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Hi, Jeff Roush for Tom Roush Lincoln. Right now,
get Lincoln's employee pricing on most all new Lincolns at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers. Get up to $20,000 off select 2024 Navigators, up to $8,000 off select 2024 Nautilus, or up to $7,000 off select 2024 Corsair at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
Navigator MSRP 105,575, Nautilus MSRP 6195, Corsair MSRP 47,820. Offers going on now. Navigators excluded from employee pricing. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
No one wants to leave behind stress for their family. That's why a trust or a will is so important. Without one, your assets might go to the wrong people or leave out loved ones. Also, probate is long, expensive, and often avoidable with a revocable trust. Trustandwill.com makes it simple to create a personalized estate plan. A trust or will provides clarity and peace of mind. Get 20% off on your estate plan documents by visiting trustandwill.com/radio.
At Price Point Comfort, we're here to keep your home cozy and comfortable, and we'll always have your best interests at heart.
Just go to PricePointComfort.com. Price Point Comfort is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Let's talk education. Is your child's school providing them with the knowledge and values they'll need in life? Do you worry about what they may be taught in the hallways and even in the classroom? Do you feel like they're safe when they go to school? What about things other than just academics? Is your child's school supportive of your family's beliefs? Your child is not stuck where they are. You and your child have options. You could get a tuition voucher worth approximately $6,000 to attend a private school. Over 75,000 Indiana kids already have. Many kids excel with the high standards, small class sizes, and more individual attention provided by private schools. Don't settle for something that doesn't feel right. You don't have to choose between your values and their education. Make a choice. Make a change. Visit myschooloptions.org. That's myschooloptions.org.
Paid for by the Institute for Quality Education.
Hey, this is Rob.
And this is Casey.
Did we finally get an answer on DUI gate?
Join us Tuesday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
Trust employee owned. B Windows extending our employee discount to you. Up to 55% off, plus 18 months, no interest, no payments. Trust your home to B.
The Indy 1500 Gun and Knife Show is this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Indiana State Fairgrounds. For hunting, sporting, and personal protection gear, visit the Indy 1500 Gun and Knife Show.
Another update is just minutes away.
He set people on fire. Terror attack in Boulder, Colorado.
Mohammed Solomon setting fire to pro-Israel demonstrators.
Hear the news.
Indiana Pacers NBA Finals.
Worked our tails off as a group, and we just kept pushing.
Game 1 Thursday night at 8:30.
As events happen.
Car in a tow truck collided. Indy's northwest side.
We'll happen to be there.
Expect Canadian wildfire smoke
through Monday and start to diminish.
93 WIBC Mobile News. 93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
No arrests made in an Indianapolis killing. Your radar is clear. It's 62 degrees on Monument Circle. Your high is 89 today. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:31. Indianapolis cops say they received many reports of shots being fired at the historic Dorchester Apartments this morning along Pennsylvania Street, not far from 38th and Meridian.
We do believe at this point this could have been domestic related. However, we're still interviewing witnesses and so forth. We have not taken a suspect into custody. Our Marion County Crime Lab, they are here.
I'm PD Sergeant William Young talking about a shooting that hurt one person and left a woman dead.
My heart goes out to this particular family. Obviously, there are some of those folks that are here on scene. And so our chaplain's office, they've arrived, as well as our victims assistance unit, they've arrived.
And police are still on the scene talking to people who may have witnessed the shooting. Young says during the shooting, there was an apartment full of people that they're hoping will come forward and share information. President Trump says he's mad at China
because he thinks they are still making it too hard to get rare earth minerals out of China, even though he dropped the worst of the tariffs on them.
That's Fox's Peter Ducey at the White House.
The Chinese side, rather, is now saying that that is not true and that instead of reflecting on its own actions, the United States has groundlessly accused China of violating the consensus, a claim that grossly distorts the facts. China firmly rejects these unjustified accusations. But the president is not budging here.
And Trump said on Truth Social that America should be able to impose tariffs on countries that impose tariffs on us. You've probably heard that some groups are not happy about companies cutting their diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. One group now says they plan to boycott Target for doing just that.
Back in February, the People's Union USA, in addition to other progressive groups, called for an economic blackout to protest dozens of big corporations and retailers that have done away with controversial diversity, equity, and inclusion policies. Now the suburban Chicago-based group plans a boycott of Target stores through next Monday. It's one of several boycott attempts of the major retailer, though so far Target has not released a statement on the boycotts and hasn't given sales data. Other major companies that have altered or ended DEI policies include Amazon, Disney, and Starbucks. Jeff Monasto, Fox News.
And the Gray Brothers Cafeteria in Mooresville is closing. John Herrick explains why.
Their last day of business is June 8th. In a social media post Monday afternoon, the Gray Brothers staff said between inflation, the cost of ingredients, and the change in the industry's landscape, it has become increasingly challenging to keep the cafeteria open. It first opened in 1944. They'll operate from 11 to 8:30 through June 8th for carry-out, online ordering, and dining in. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Sports on WIBC brought to you by Ball State Athletics. Visit ballstatesports.com. The Indiana Pacers hit the court this morning, prepping for Game 1 of the NBA Finals against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Forward Pascal Siakam calls this matchup an incredible challenge.
They're the best team in the NBA, so I think that, that's the challenge. And I was telling the guys, for me, I got there when I was in year 3, and I thought I would get back there a lot. It's a hell of an opportunity, and you don't know when you're going to get it again.
And games 1 and 2 will be played in Oklahoma City. Game 1 Thursday at 8:30. The Indiana Fever have not won a game since they announced that guard Caitlin Clark would be out a while with the thigh injury. Head coach Stephanie White talking about what the team needs to do to end this 3-game losing streak.
I think anytime that you're hit with adversity, it gives you an opportunity to grow through it. I'd rather be hit with this now in May, allow us to grow through it from not just an execution standpoint, but a toughness standpoint.
And the Fever play the Washington Mystics at home tonight. Tip-off at 7 o'clock. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. At 8:35, traffic on the 5s. Here's Matt Baer.
Southside Ride, northbound 65 is a grind right now from Southport Road, after Southport Road into Raymond Street because of road construction. And westbound 465 on the south side, slow with rerouting traffic with I-65 over to US 31. Inbound 69, slow roll, 106th Street down to 96. East side, northbound 465, slow from 70 to Penn Pike. Traffic sponsored by B-Window. Right now, B-Window is extending their employee discount to you. Get 55% off all products and services, plus 18 months, no interest or payments. Trust local. Trust employee-owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We have got ourselves 60, is it 63 degrees? Is it 64 degrees? It's something like 63 or 60, let's call it 65 degrees. In the American Standard Cooling Weather Center, the time is 8:36.
How bad is it? Don't sugarcoat it, give it to me straight. Want coffee?
I think I need some coffee.
Time to fill up on the news. Tony Katz and 93 WIBC. Good morning. What is going on? Dow futures down 62. NASDAQ futures up 3. That is it. That's all. Just 3. Right there. Then you have the oil prices, which were up yesterday a bit, up again today, $63.27 on the West Texas crude coming out of that Oklahoma area. Out of the oceans, the Brent crude, $65.28, just a little bit higher than yesterday. 10-year Treasury note at 4.42. The Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development downgrading its global forecasts and growth forecast for the United States. They're saying 1.6%. Now, this is going to fly in the face of some data that's supposed to be coming out regarding GDP growth. And the feeling that GDP took itself an incredible jump recently, which there's going to be a conversation of what have the tariffs done in this regard. Was this about people pre-buying the tariffs, and we're dealing with information that's from a few months ago before the tariffs went into place, when everybody was doing buying to avoid the tariffs? So you would have had it would make sense that you would have this big move. We'll go over the data on Tony Katz today at noon. I'm only hoping that the overall impact is limited. It's all I want, all I can ask for. I did have a financial story. There it is right there. Disney is laying off hundreds of more people. This from Deadline. TV, film, entertainment, and corporate finance all getting layoffs. This was yesterday. So it was across the divisions of Disney. Now, I want to be clear about a couple things. Sometimes layoffs have nothing to do with the economic factors and have everything to do with the fact that there is a level of bloat, and that bloat has to be dealt with. You gotta do something about you've got too many people in the wrong spots, etc. Some of it is, of course, economy based. In radio, this was late last year? Or was it earlier this year? I can't remember. Wow, we're already in June, so I don't remember which one it is. Man, we saw a bloodletting in radio. And it's just an example of not everything is about the wokeness. Some things are just about market conditions, and some things are about what has been allowed to take place in the years prior and a change in mentality, thought process, technological changes, etc. Does AI affect radio? AI will affect radio. I would argue that maybe in music radio it can. Talk radio is a much more difficult thing for it to affect, but it all can. And I also say to you as clear as day, good Lord, I have no idea what's going to come. I like what I do, and I think we're doing a great job together. No part of me thinks I am immune from this insanity. And anybody in any level of media, news, entertainment, however you want to describe it, anybody who thinks that somehow they are immune to this stuff, you're only kidding yourself. You are fooling yourself. No one is immune. With that said, don't be surprised by what's happening here at Disney. I don't necessarily attribute this to tariffs or anything else like that. I think that this is still a continuation of where all of entertainment and news and content creation is. And I'm not going to be surprised if this continues through the rest of the year. Not at all. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
In 49 states, it's just basketball, but this is Indiana.
It's been a quarter of a century since Indiana has gone to the finals.
I don't even have words right now, man. It's really exciting.
This team thrives in adversity, man.
All the credit to the Gamebridge Fieldhouse fans. You guys lifted us up today.
This place is absolutely electric.
Listen to the Pacers in Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Coverage starts Thursday at 8, tip-off at 8:30 on 93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
Stop putting screens on your gutters. If the holes are too big, debris gets in and you're still cleaning your gutters. If the holes are too small, it sits on top and you're cleaning the screens. And those screens will need to be replaced. They just don't last. Pat Sullivan here. I have Gutter Helmet on my home and business, and it has no holes, slots, or screens. It keeps the debris out and the water in. Since 1981, Gutter Helmet has been America's #1 choice for gutter protection. And this is a great time of year to call Gutter Helmet of Central Indiana, because right now, Gutter Helmet is offering a 15% discount plus 12 months no interest financing if paid in full within 12 months. Call 800-5HELMET, that's 800-5HELMET, to schedule a free estimate. 15% off is good through the end of June. Restrictions apply and cannot be combined with other offers. Call Gutter Helmet today at 800-5HELMET or go to gutterhelmetindy.com and never clean your gutters again.
911, what's your emergency?
Por favor, necesito ayuda. Está volando y creo que me va a pegar otra vez.
I will get someone to speak with you. Please stay on the line.
Hola, tengo su ubicación. Ayuda está en camino.
Getting past a language barrier is critical when first responders help Hoosiers. That's why the State 911 Board provides special tools for non-English speaking citizens to communicate with emergency services.
Si estás en peligro, aunque no hables inglés, podrás recibir ayuda en una emergencia rápidamente.
All Indiana 911 centers began offering translation services in over 240 languages in 2019. Now, people can send text messages for help in their native language to 911 and receive a translated text back from the dispatcher. It's of great help to the deaf and speech impaired and to those in select dangerous situations.
Cuando llame o envíe un texto al 911, un servicio de traducción se asegurará que entiendan lo que está diciendo.
For more information, visit in911.net.
Gracias.
911. Before you text, voice is best.
Are you planning for your retirement? Ensure you're on the right track with a crucial step, tax planning. At Absolute Wealth Management LLC, every retirement plan we design includes comprehensive tax planning. Imagine maximizing your savings while minimizing tax burdens. Tax planning isn't just about the present. It's a cornerstone for retirement planning. The less you have to give to Uncle Sam, the more cash flow you have in retirement. So take control of your financial situation. Proper tax planning can help optimize your retirement income, leaving you with more time to enjoy the life you've worked hard for. Let us help you create a tax-efficient retirement plan. Your future self will thank you. Call Absolute Wealth Management LLC, 317-288-0634. That's 317-288-0634. Or visit AbsoluteWealthManagementLLC.com. William Gonzalez offers investment advisory service through Gradient Advisors LLC, 877-885-0508, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Absolute Wealth Management is not a registered investment advisor nor an affiliate of Gradient Advisors. Gradient Advisors LLC and its advisors do not render tax, legal, or accounting advice. Insurance offered through William Gonzalez, independent agent.
Big stories locally, big moves in Washington. WIBC.com keeps you updated throughout the day with all the news that matters, plus traffic, weather, and more on your phone, your laptop, wherever you are. It's news when you need it.
Traffic on the fives. Matt Bear, what are you doing?
What's happening, Tony? Looking at the south side, northbound 65, stop and go traffic after Southport Road into the south split. That is a construction delay of 14 minutes. Westbound 465, slow on the south side from I-65 over to US 31. On the east side, northbound 465, slow roll from 70 up to Penn Pike. Inbound 69, slows at 96th Street. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, B Window is extending their employee discount to you. Get 55% off all products and services plus 18 months, no interest or payments. Trust a local, trust employee-owned, trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
65 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:45.
Hi, this is Chris Cox, owner of Chimney Solutions, Indiana. We're celebrating our 10th year in business. Call this month to take advantage of 10% off all chimney sweeps and inspections. We're also celebrating the opening of our new fireplace showroom on 86th Street and Lafayette Road. Come and experience our exclusive lines of wood-burning and gas fireplaces.
Call 317-757-6979 or chimneyindy.com.
Make this your year. Looking for a new career in the high-demand fields of IT and cybersecurity? Attend classes live online or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify.
This is interesting. It's time to play America's favorite game. What the heck is that television theme song? Here is how we play. Producer Carl chooses a television theme song from yesteryear, and I have to guess what it is. This is very, very 80s.
That is true.
Outrageously 80s. No, chat room, this is not Quantum Leap. No, Quantum Leap had a different... Now you got me thinking, what if it is Quantum Leap? No, it's not Quantum Leap. You know what I will do, Producer Carl? I will phone a friend. That friend is Matt Bear in the WIBC Traffic Center. Matthew, what is this television theme song?
That's Law and Order SVU, Tony.
Good work. Good work.
Whatever, Carl. Screw you, Carl. That's right.
Terrific. Terrific. The chat room bails me out. This is the theme to MacGyver. Oh, I would not have gotten this. It's funny. There are some shows I know the show, but I couldn't tell you the song in the slightest. And some I know the song, I couldn't tell you about the show. What does that say about me? Interesting. 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 Well, the chat room gets one. We live stream, and the chat room gets to crowdsource though.
Yeah.
So they are pretty good at this. They are pretty good at all of this. So you should check them out and be a part of the chat room and everything we're doing over there. Just go to the YouTubes. And now I bring you
your car's seatbelt. Safety miracle or decapitation nightmare? What is the connection between rain and farming? The answer may surprise you. Heroin, sex, machine guns, flamethrowers, murder. There's no story here. We've just found that ratings go up when we say those words.
It's time for the worst headline of the day.
Democrat councilwoman blocks arrest of migrant who beat up her pregnant daughter. Liberal white women are the absolute worst. I apologize for nothing. Also, I've noticed I'm getting more sneers as I drive through Carmel. I wonder why. I wonder why. The police body cam footage captures the moment, takes place in Massachusetts, where you have a councilwoman trying to stop Immigrations and Customs Enforcement from engaging in arrest. This happened in early May. ICE agents confront a crowd of unruly activists, and they tried to arrest a 40-year-old Brazilian national who illegally entered the country in August of 2022. The 40-year-old Brazilian national, illegally in the U.S., is accused of assaulting the 16-year-old pregnant daughter of the city-county councilor. And the city-county councilor is putting her hands on ICE agents, screaming, "Get out of our neighborhood." And that's when you realize Atlas Shrugged is a really good book. Protecting the person who attacks your kid is certifiable. Protecting the person who attacks your pregnant kid, you shouldn't be allowed to operate heavy machinery. You shouldn't be allowed anywhere near humanity. The left is broken. Liberal white women are broken. Hold on, wait. I don't know if this is a white woman. I don't know if I get to call her a white woman. I will just call her. I will just go with liberal women in this case. Terrible. How broken are you? You look at my kid the wrong way, there's going to be a problem. This woman's beating, the 40-year-old illegal's beating up her kid? That's crazy. But that is the state of the Democratic Party today. And then I get this. I got a text from my mother. Diane texted there, Matt Bear, who makes you banana bread. My mother texted. And this is the text. I swear to you, I can't make this up. Do you have a doppelganger?
Do I?
You know, Mom, I have a brother. He kind of looks like me.
Oh, okay.
You know, from whatever you and Dad concocted there in your womb factory, you made us look alike. Do I have a why, Mom? What is the question about me having a doppelganger? Is there somebody there trying to get into the apartment? Keep the door locked.
He's banging on the door yelling, "I'm Tony Katz."
Right? And if they say they're Matt Bear, don't believe it. He wouldn't be caught dead in Florida.
Don't answer the door. That's just what I'm saying. You know,
right?
Don't do it.
So I'll find out. But I mean, these are the kinds of things that I get lately from my mother. These are the kinds of messages that are like, who would ask? Do I have a doppelganger? Yes, his name is Brad Pitt.
I think that's, kind of aggressive. I mean, it's, kind of a jump.
What kind of question is this? See, it would be, hey, I saw somebody who looks exactly like you while I was at such and such a place. Now, that's a statement. Do you have a doppelganger? Now I have to question what's going on. I have to question what's happening.
Did she walk up and try to give, motherly love to the doppelganger and be like, oh, you're my baby boy. I love you, Tony.
No. See, it's not that.
Okay.
They're just having a conversation around the breakfast table, her and her friends. Do you have anybody who looks like you, a doppelganger? She's just asking in general.
Or maybe
not because someone approached her and said, Mama!
Maybe she's looking at her breakfast, like her eggs, and being like, this reminds me of my son.
Maybe it's me. I'm always thinking like it's a problem. Maybe I've got to stop. Maybe I got to take a breath.
I don't know.
Right?
You trim your beard.
By the way, do I have a doppelganger, Mom? Kevin Smith, when he was heavier.
Oh, that's a good one.
And Oliver Platt.
Kevin Smith, definitely. Yeah,
Right?
Great director.
Yes, except they never called me Silent Tony.
They called you Jay.
Noise. I can do that all day.
Yes, sir.
Matt Bear, you got traffic. I'll catch you guys at noon.
Northbound 65 on the south side. Stop and go after Southport Road past Keystone.